Alright, so hello everyone, welcome back to some more Malice Reacts. So we're about to start up on what was supposed to be last week's Paranormal Files. For whatever reason, they put out that little extra clapping game video, which I thought was supposed to be the original intended video. And then they put this one out the day after, and obviously I can't get to it until I have an open day, like today. After we're done with this, I'm going to go get some food from the local grocery market and I'll see about making dinner, and then possibly coming back here again to do some more thief streaming. But with that all said and done, I want to preface this a little bit with this episode in particular. I know there's people attached to the Arnold Estate, the Conjuring house, if you still wish to call it that, even though the movies have since moved on from the Conjuring house. I don't think that any of them involve it anymore. It's more or less the adventures of the Warrens, or the Warren franchise, because a lot of the stuff is attached to the Warrens, from what I'm aware of. That said, I have seen some of the things that the current owners of the Arnold Estate have been doing to it, and I'm not a fan. As a matter of fact, I even saw the previous owner in a video of what they're doing now, and he does not appear to be much of a fan. In fact, I saw as much in his comments to one of these videos. He's not particularly thrilled, and they're not treating it with very much respect. They basically are throwing a bunch of dumb kids in there that will pay to be there for a couple days or whatever, and then just do whatever bullshit. Not even take any of the ghost stuff seriously, and even try to prank their friends and stuff. It's really kind of pathetic, and I really don't care for it. Technically, it's not even really attached to paranormal. It's just a place that they're reacting to as possibly being paranormal, but they're just doing their own stupid shtick that only certain kids would follow, I guess. That being said, the Paranormal Files is not one of those kind of groups. So I'm hoping that they may avoid a certain group of individuals that caused a lot of issue with Sam and Kobe. Even though they won't completely let go of that bone either, it would appear, at least according to some footage I've seen recently, it's done them no services. And I'm hoping that Paranormal Files will avoid them just to keep out of the issues going on with them at the moment. But if they do turn up, I will say this. I'm not going to sit there and complain in a half hour about it or anything. I'm just going to say, nope, this is poison in the well and we're done. If they do show up, I hope it's less than a minute. Otherwise, if they start blabbering on about a whole bunch of stuff and trying to do their method, yeah, we're gone. But hopefully, knock on wood, that's not what we're going to get here. So if all that prefaced and out of the way, I'm hoping for a good episode here. Let's see what the Paranormal Files group comes up with. So, the Arnold Estate, a.k.a. the Conjuring House. I believe this is their first visit. Actually, this is their second visit. The first visit with the current crew. So, let's go.
Every single spirit in the Conjuring House is here this evening, and we have proof of it.
It's a huge piece of American history, and it's also a piece of paranormal history.
No way.
What the? This is dangerous.
I am Bathsheba.
Okay.
He said, for the sake of the children, you should leave lights on at night.
Lorraine gave her specific directions. Don't pursue paranormal investigation.
We're at one of the most haunted locations in all of America, the Conjuring House.
That house really had very, very bad vibes.
I've often described the farmhouse as a portal cleverly disguised as a farmhouse.
I knew the house was haunted. All I had to do was walk in it.
What's the name of the woman who you thought was haunting the house?
She has since identified herself as Abigail.
Abigail.
Oh my God! Oh, dude, look it right next to Connor.
Dude, you look really freaky.
Oh my God! The veil is growing thinner.
Oh, that is really strange. What? Who's affecting Connor?
I still feel threatened. I don't know that I'll even be willing to see the film. For the same reason, I'm unwilling to ever go back to the house again. I never would.
On tonight's video, we're going to be exploring one of the most haunted locations in America, a place with a history with dark energies and dark spirits. As you can see behind me, this place is the Conjuring House here in Rhode Island, a place absolutely notorious for the paranormal activity that occurs inside and even on this property. Multiple times throughout the history of filming our show, we've visited locations where people have been affected simply by viewing the video footage that we recorded there. Most recently, this happened when we visited the Garnet House in Kansas. Even the location owner was telling us that people need to be careful when they watch videos like this, because these spirits and energies, we don't fully understand them and we don't know how they operate and how they get from one place to another. So I just want to say to everybody watching this film, we care about you at home. Please say a prayer, please say some sort of blessing, cover yourself in white light. Even if you're not spiritual or religious at all, just try to think about bringing some sort of white light or good energy into your space before viewing this video, because we don't know what we're going to talk to tonight. It's already been spooky. Yeah, we care about y'all. So anyways, let's get this party started, guys. On tonight's very special episode of the Paranormal Files, we're at one of the most notorious, most haunted locations in all of America, the Conjuring House here in Rhode Island.
They spilled it, but I did find a warning and prayer for myself as well. Not sure how much to believe in the whole get you to the video thing, but I have seen enough people convinced of it that just in case, you never know.
It was in this very house where the events that were portrayed in the film The Conjuring took place in the 1970s. Yes, this is the original home of the Perron family. And Ed and Lorraine Warren were called to this house because the haunting got so violent, so dark, that the family didn't know what to do.
I just realized we're possibly still listening to not public domain music.
Is no haunted place more famous than this very house. And the paranormal activity has continued to this very day. There are tons of paranormal investigators that even I know that refuse to step foot in this house. And we have the entire property to ourselves for one night. So join us tonight as we go, yes, into the basement of the Conjuring House and investigate one of America's most notorious, most beloved haunted locations. I'm Colin Browen, and you're watching The Paranormal Files.
On CNN.
All right, guys, tonight we are headed to one of America's most notorious haunted locations, the Conjuring House.
Oh, whoa. My God.
Now, this is a place that is, I would argue to say, every ghost hunter's dream to investigate. The Conjuring House obviously is one of the most notorious haunted locations on planet Earth. Every single person in the paranormal field knows this place. I actually spent the night here a couple years ago, and it was really, really scary. The vibes in there were really off. Something I feel like made me black out. I'll replay the footage later. It was crazy. But yeah, you guys are fans of the movie, right? None of you have been here?
No, love the movie. That was the creepiest movie.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
And
Great story.
Look at how eerie and snowy it is out here, guys. It's like I can feel the spiritual energy in the air. Ooh.
The snow definitely adds to it as well.
Yeah, yes it does.
It's The Shining.
It's not The Shining, it's The Conjuring.
I know. So.
I think we're definitely in for a treat. Oh shit, is that it right there?
Where?
Oh dude, there it is to the right.
Yeah.
Right there.
Okay.
Oh, you can see it's
got a clearing in the back of it. Huh?
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Is everybody excited or what?
Yeah. This is
Oh my god, dude, there it is.
Beware of dog.
Gosh.
Oh.
That just looks so scary.
Skeleton.
All right, guys, I'm gonna pause.
Okay.
Let's do this.
They keep making these spooky noises.
This is the Conjuring House. One of the most famous haunted locations in all of the world. I mean, movies were made about it. I mean, this is definitely one of Ed and Lorraine Warren's most popular files that they did. I mean, I was terrified to go here, but also so pumped to see what the inside of this place actually feels like. A lot of my friends have gone, Colin's gone before, and I wanted to see for myself what it was like in this place.
The Conjuring House. The Conjuring House. I mean, when you say those words to somebody, it instills fear. I mean, The Conjuring is one of the biggest, most commercially successful horror films of all time, and the Conjuring films are one of the most profitable horror franchises of all time.
At this point, yes.
Terrifying series all stems from an incident, a haunting that occurred at this very house in Rhode Island. Now, it's interesting because the home seems quaint. I mean, it's a very old house. There's a lot of history beyond, Ed and Lorraine Warren and the Perrons, but there's something there. There's something there that's off. I've been to the Conjuring House before. I didn't have too much EMF energy or anything like that happen the last time that I was there, but something did almost enter my body and cause me to pass out. And that footage is still really disturbing for me to watch because I don't remember exactly how that happened or why it happened. First, before we get into The Conjuring, because we don't have a historical tour tonight, let's dig into a little bit of the history.
The
Conjuring House is a piece of colonial history that's part of the founding of the state of Rhode Island, as it began in 1636 and was known as Providence Plantations. Providence Plantations was the first permanent European-American settlement in the colony of Rhode Island. It was established by a group of colonists led by Roger Williams and Dr. John Clark, who left Massachusetts Bay Colony in order to establish a colony with greater religious freedom. In fact, Roger Williams and his followers were excommunicated from Mass Bay Colony for their vocal beliefs and efforts to establish a separation between church and state in Massachusetts, and Massachusetts would have none of it. Providence Plantations became the colony of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations, which became the state of Rhode Island after the American Revolution. Harrisville, Rhode Island, where the Conjuring House sits, was originally a part of Gloucester and was established in 1639,
Honestly,
just 3 years after Roger Williams founded Rhode Island's first settlement at Providence. The land was sold to Roger Williams and his associates by the leaders of local native tribes, who received payment that these leaders deemed satisfactory. Land of about 1,000 acres was deeded to the Richardson family, and the first section of the house was built in 1680. The Conjuring House had been passed down through 8 generations of one family. As the family got bigger, the house got bigger, and the house as it is today was completed in 1736. Since women weren't ever allowed to own land, the property was transferred through a daughter to the husband and his surname. That's how it went from the Richardsons to the Arnolds in the 1800s. Then to the Arnolds, to the Butterworths, and then the Kenyons in the 1900s. The Perron family purchased this property in 1970, and they moved in January of 1971. Carolyn knew when she first saw the property that she and her family had to buy it. The house and the true story of the Perron family, obviously, was depicted in the 2013 movie The Conjuring. The movie was loosely based on their own experiences. When the Perrons bought the house, Mr. Earl Kenyon had been living there by himself after the passing of his wife. He was very fond of the Perrons, and they were fond of him. In fact, the day that the Perrons moved in, Mr. Kenyon told Roger Perron, "For the sake of your family, keep the lights on at night." Throughout the next few months, Carolyn noticed a lot of strange things occurring. The girls would be playing with imaginary friends, not uncommon at the time. However, the 2 youngest daughters, Cindy and April, were constantly playing with a boy's spirit named Oliver Richardson. In one incident, Carolyn was attacked by a hanger when she got out of the shower. Her daughter Cindy was locked in a trunk, and her bed would levitate at times. Roger wasn't home often to see what Carolyn and the girls were experiencing. However, after a few malevolent encounters, Carolyn insisted they needed help. One such occurrence included a scythe coming from a shelf in the barn, injuring Carolyn's shoulder and ripping open Roger's coat she was wearing. The haunting grew so intense that Carolyn responded to a local ad in the paper placed by PIRO, which was a local college paranormal team run by Keith and Carl Johnson. PIRO investigated the home in early July 1973, and after a few visits, decided to ask Ed and Lorraine Warren to come out and offer their opinion. The Warrens first came to the property in August of 1973 by just showing up at the Perrons' front door. After making the determination that there was some type of malevolent spirit causing the problems, they took over the case as lead investigators. The Warrens believed that the house itself needed to be exorcised, not any specific individual in the household. And in order to get permission for the rites of exorcism to be performed, evidence must be presented to the Vatican, showing definitive proof of the haunting. So, October 30th, 1973, In an attempt to gather evidence, Ed and Lorraine Warren came back to the home with another medium, a priest, and 2 videographers to conduct a seance. The entire Perron family was home during the seance. However, only Roger and Carolyn were supposed to be present, and the daughters were to remain upstairs in their rooms. However, Cindy and Andrea were hiding in the stairwell watching the event unfold. During the seance, Carolyn Perron had an entity attach itself to her. Throughout the course of the seance, it became so aggressive that it levitated the table where they were sitting. As the table slammed back to the ground, Carolyn Perron was thrown backwards out of her chair and into the adjoining room, just shy of the heart of the fireplace. Everyone who witnessed Carolyn's attack thought it killed her, including Roger, who immediately got up to check on her. Ed grabbed Roger by the arm and told him she was possessed, and if he was to touch her, he would be in just as much danger. Roger, more concerned about his wife than anything, got into a physical altercation with Ed Warren, after which he forced the Warrens and their entourage to leave and never come back. They did leave the property, not sure if Carolyn was even alive. Carolyn survived, though, and has no recollection of this event to this day. The Perrons continued to live in the home until the summer of 1980, when they decided to leave the property out of fear for Carolyn Perron's life. Hauntings can be caused by numerous things. In this case, perhaps the cause for these hauntings is the location of the land. A war was fought in a majority of the state from 1675 to 1677, known as the King Philip's War, caused by a land dispute between the colonists and the local Native American tribes. The Nipmuc Indians lived on this and surrounding land for thousands of years before the colonists began taking their land. And in this war, more people died per capita than in any other war fought on U.S. soil. One reason it's presumably not discussed much being that a majority of the deaths were women and children on both sides. Besides the war, it is theorized that there are geological conditions on the property that are conductive and that enable spirits and entities to manifest and engage with people. These geological conditions have yet to be fully explored, but can include the aquifer underneath, the limestone and granite foundation, and perhaps electromagnetic anomalies. To this day, there continues to be much paranormal activity in the home. Numerous paranormal investigators and several mediums have researched and communicated with the spirits here. Based upon these investigations, here's what the ownership of the house currently believes. There are spirits who reside there permanently. They don't know them all. They do know John and Abigail Arnold, a married couple that had 14 children in the house. They are the strongest presence in the home and are considered their spoke spirits. Her daughter Olive is there as well. There's an older, tall man, a Quaker, who wears a hat that seems to be there permanently. The spirit that the Perron daughters saw upon moving in that they called Manny is in fact a man named Joseph. Oliver Richardson, the child who April Perron played with, or Rory in the movies, is actually named Henry Richardson. There are also numerous spirits that visit the house but do not necessarily stay for extended periods or necessarily have ties to the location itself. The current ownership believes that the house is home to multiple portals that allow spirits to both visit and cause cross-dimensional experiences to occur. Needless to say, this is one haunted house.
Lots of wild stuff.
Okay, now that you guys know a little bit about the deaths on property, the fact that Bathsheba wasn't really the witch that she was shown to be in the Conjuring films, we need to talk about the haunting. And on today's episode, we have a very special guest. I'm going to be chatting with Andrea Perron, who's one of the daughters of the Perron family, who were obviously the family that lived in the house.
She's the one that's constantly tied to all this stuff too.
That would go on to
She's always constantly giving interviews on the house and everything.
So, yeah, let's talk to Andrea now.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Perron. I'm the eldest daughter of the Perron family, which the movie The Conjuring was made about. I wrote the true story of what our family endured over the course of a decade at the farmhouse in Harrisville, originally known as the Richardson Homestead, then the Richardson Arnold Homestead, and then when we bought it, it was known as the Arnold Estate. We didn't move in until January of 1971, but my parents closed on it in December of 1970, and my mother refused to move her family at Christmas. I can't imagine why. Even when we got to the house, Mr. Kenyon, the owner, was not yet remotely prepared to leave. He was just really beginning to pack. And there we were with a huge moving van and 4 or 5 cars loaded with people and animals and moving into the farm. It's interesting because we met Mr. Kenyon when my mother found the house in June of 1970. We went there as a family a number of times before we actually moved in. And what was so interesting, and I think that you and I have talked about this, personally to the side, no one in the family remembers seeing anything, feeling anything strange, no shadows, no sense of being watched, nothing. We were just at this magnificent original colonial home with 200 acres of land, a pond on the property, and a beautiful barn. And, we were just five little tomboys. When Mom found the place, I was 11. I had turned 12 by the time we moved in, but the most interesting thing about it is that it really, to me now, upon reflection, I look back and I think, well, they were just waiting in the wings. They weren't going to come out and freak us out and make us leave. They liked us right from the start. Mr. Kenyon wanted us to have that property. He told my parents that it was a great place to raise children, that we would be free to roam and be safe. Just a beautiful, beautiful spot. The day we moved in was when it all began. And it was within literally moments, minutes. I walked into the house first and I saw Mr. Kenyon. I went in through the parlor door, which was the closest to the van. It was freezing. So I brought the box in through the parlor and I took a hard right into the dining room. And Mr. Kenyon was packing the last of his wife's china out of the built-in china cabinet. And I stopped. I put the box down on the table, marked kitchen. Mom and my baby sister April were already in the kitchen waiting for stuff to start coming in. Little did she realize that once she unpacked the boxes that we brought, she was going to have to use the packing material and the boxes to pack Mr. Kenyon's belongings out of the pantry. He hadn't even begun to move. I was chatting with him for a moment. We knew him well by then. I loved him dearly. He was the sweetest, kindest man you could even imagine. And then I picked up the box and I turned to go through the front hallway, the front foyer, into the kitchen. And suddenly there's a man standing there who I didn't see when I walked in the room. Didn't mean he wasn't there, but I didn't see him. He looked like flesh and blood to me. The only thing I noticed about him was that he was dressed rather oddly. That's all I noticed about him. And that he seemed very fixated on Mr. Kenyon. And when I walked past him, I said, "Good morning, sir." And he didn't respond to me. He looked right through me like I was a ghost, like he couldn't even see me. And I went into the kitchen and I asked my mom who the man was with Mr. Kenyon. And she's like, "Nobody's with Mr. Kenyon. His son's on the way. He's not here yet." I'm sure I figured a neighbor stopped by or something. It was of no concern. And I went out the kitchen door and I went back over to the moving van. Meanwhile, my sister Christine walks in, the same door behind me. She sees him, goes into the kitchen. And after she greeted Mr. Kenyon and asked my mother the same thing, well, Mom was busy and she wasn't going to stop what she was doing to go investigate anything. It didn't make any difference to her if a neighbor stopped by or not. She just needed to unpack the boxes and then repack the boxes. And so Chris went out the kitchen door and went around the front of the farmhouse, and Cindy came in. And she was 8 at the time. And she had a smaller box because she was a smaller girl. She saw him, but she sensed that there was something very different about him. And when she walked in the kitchen, she asked Mom, who the man was and why was he dressed funny. And at that point, I'm sure my mother was exasperated and like, "I don't know. I don't care. Bring me boxes. It's moving day." And then Nancy walked in the kitchen behind Cindy and she said, "Cindy, did you see that man with Mr. Kenyon?" "I did, but he just disappeared." And that was our very first inkling that we were living in a place very different from our Cape Cod style house in Cumberland, Rhode Island, in the suburbs. But the thing that was most interesting about it, and I've told this story 1,000 times, and it's so strange too, because every time I tell it, it's like being back there and experiencing it again as a child. Is just one of those memories that has been seared into my brain tissue. It was so unique. It was so unusual. It was so different from anything that I had experienced before. But the thing I remember most was about 2 hours later, we all were standing in the dining room with Mr. Kenyon and my father. My father was asking him if he wanted to just stay with us, that the house was big enough and we could give him his own private room and space, because it was obvious to everyone that he didn't want to leave. And he got really choked up and was so touched by the offer. While Dad's having that conversation with him, the manifestation of the man in the corner occurred again. And all four of us kids were all looking at each other like, do you see that? Do you see that? You see him? Okay. And nobody spoke. We knew not to say anything because we knew that the two adult men in the room couldn't see him, but we could. And so nobody said anything about it. But there he was again, standing in exactly the position that he was when I first came in the house hours earlier. And he had a quirky grin on his face, and his head was cocked a little bit to the side, and he had his arms crossed, and he had one of his legs tilted back up against the wall. And he was standing right in between the doorway to the front foyer, which is where we saw him over and over and over again. Now, this story gets better. You want to know history of the house? Well, Mr. Kenyon took Dad for a little walk outside before his son finally showed up, and he left. And we actually helped move him with our empty moving van and put all his stuff into it. And Dad took him down to his storage facility. But before they left, Mr. Kenyon took Dad for a walk, and he said, Roger, for the sake of your family, leave the lights on at night. And Dad did not know how to interpret that. He figured it's a new house, old as it is, a new house to his family, and all the bedrooms were upstairs. The one and only bathroom was on the first floor. And if you don't want your kids tumbling down these narrow stairways, you'd better leave some lights on for the girls.
Right.
That's how Dad interpreted it. It took months before we started realizing from people that lived
More than
in the
just about the
area as we
lighting.
got to know them that there was never, ever a time at night, no matter what time of night, that all the lights in that house were on, always. And this we learned from people that had lived there for generations. This is not the kind of area where people come and go frequently. There's well-established multi-generational families. And including the Richardson and the Arnold family. My sister Nancy named the spirit Manny because she was 10 years old. He was a man, and it made sense to her that, if she was going to name him something, I don't know, she named him Manny. And that's what we referred to him as. And when my mother started doing historical research on the house, she came across the story of a man named Johnny Arnold who had apparently died in the house, and his death certificate said that he died from drinking horse liniment, which is like 90% alcohol and was in the time a cheap way to get drunk. And so my mother, based on
Likely
the
him.
description of the spirit, thought that it was probably Johnny Arnold. 50 years later, I'm at the farmhouse doing a spirit session. Well, just prior to my arrival, they had done a session, and a spirit came through that had never come through before. I wasn't there yet, but believe me, I got an earful when I arrived. So they're doing this session, and the spirit comes through. He identifies himself as Joseph. Well, everybody there had read my books, and they're like, do you remember Andrea writing about a spirit named Joseph? No, because I didn't. And so after a pause, he came through again, and his message was one sentence and very distinct. Nancy called me Manny.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
We are still learning about the spirits in the house. For me personally, I don't care who they were in life. That was then. This is now. They're still there. It doesn't matter to me who they were. And that's not in any way disrespectful. I cherish all of them. But that they still are is a miracle to me. It's deeply moving and very comforting. And I don't know why some stayed and some went, and where they went, and the ones that stayed where they are. I'll give you the best piece of advice I will ever give you or anyone else that might be watching this. If anyone ever tells you they're an expert in the paranormal, run in the opposite direction, because it means that not only are they lying to you, they're probably lying to themselves and
they're about
living
to
in
fubar
bad
something.
faith and trying to somehow get their 15 minutes of fame. I don't know, and none of us do. And after living there, steeped in the afterlife for a decade, living among the dead, if my family doesn't know, there's nobody out there that does.
I have said that so many times in my career that it's just, I don't even know exactly what I'm talking to. I know that I'm talking to something, but it's like the way to do this is to keep an open mind and to never be too sure, you know? But
And never to be disrespectful or to provoke. You know, once my mother did realize that our house was haunted, she told us, do not be mean to them. This was their house first, and we are the intruders as far as they are concerned.
So you, kind of speaking on that, you would say that the haunting there is positive, like it's good energy, right?
For the most part, yeah. And well, I don't let anything, negative come around me. As I've said many times, I have seen the dark side of existence. And that's why I choose to deliberately live in the light and make myself impervious to that kind of negative energy. Because I have seen it in action, and it's not pretty. The thing that we all need to be aware of is that we live in a 3-dimensional, 5-sensory realm, but we also live in a multi-dimensional universe, and that there are realms and there are things that are going on around us that we might not be aware of, but that we are susceptible to. The way I look at it, honestly, is for me, it's all benevolent. I love the cranky ones too. I do. I mean, we don't know what they went through in their lives, why they turned out the way they did, how they suffered, who they lost. And a perfect case in point is Bathsheba Sherman. I mean, when Mrs. Warren came to the house, and by the way, my mother did not seek them out. She had no idea who they were when they walked up to the door, but it was freezing outside, and it was the early 70s, and if you were a decent human being, you opened your doors to strangers, especially on cold nights. She figured it was a couple that had probably just gotten lost out in the woods and needed to come in and warm up. And even though Bathsheba Sherman never lived at the Arnold farm at the Richardson homestead, she did live about a mile away as the crow flies at the Sherman farm. She married Judson Sherman as a young woman, and I'm sure there were very few homesteads that back then, so I'm sure that all the neighbors knew each other. I'm sure she spent time at that house. But she didn't live there. But Mrs. Warren came in the house and intuited that there was a spirit in the house that was present in the house right then named Bathsheba, and she just plucked that name out of thin air. Well, my mother, through her research, had already learned about Bathsheba Sherman, and the town historian at the time, who was in his early 90s, Mr. McEachern, had told her a story about Bathsheba Sherman. In fact, he was 10 years old when she died in 1885, and they were neighbors, and he didn't really have a kind word to say about the woman. Apparently, a baby died in her care, and when the body was examined, it was found that there had been a needle that had been impaled at the base of the skull, and the cause of death was convulsions. And there was an inquest in the town of Chepachet, which was the county seat at the time, because the town of Burrowville had not even been incorporated yet. It was just a smattering of little villages, including Harrisville. There was no DNA, there was no forensic evidence, there was no proof that she did anything to harm that child. But in the court of public opinion, she was tried and convicted and labeled a practicing witch who had sold her soul to the devil for eternal youth and beauty, and had sacrificed an infant to get her way with, the afterlife. Do I believe any of that? Hell no, I do not. First of all, logic dictates that if there was any proof that Bathsheba Sherman was a practicing witch who killed a baby, she wouldn't be buried in hallowed ground in the middle of the Riverside Cemetery in downtown Harrisville. She wouldn't be. Nope. Had she lived 100 years before, just up the road in Salem, throwing that word around could have and probably would have cost her her life. You know, it was a very dangerous accusation to make, and even though I have absolutely no proof one way or the other, I believe in giving her the benefit of the doubt, and I am her great defender, because I don't think you should accuse somebody of murder unless you've got some proof. That's just a heinous thing to do. So yeah, I defend her, and I don't think she was the one that was haunting and taunting my mother. I think that the spirit that was doing that was the original mistress of the house, and she was threatened somehow by my mother's presence there, and she lusted after my father, and she coveted us, the 5 children, and she wanted my mother out of that house. And we'll probably never know why. We may never know who it was precisely who did that. That's the problem when you're trying to research the history on an original colonial home where 8 generations of one extended family lived and often died in the house. And we were the first family outside that circle, that tribe, as it were, between the Richardsons and then through marriage, the Arnolds, because of course that house became the Arnold Estate before women were allowed to vote, were allowed to own property, were even allowed to own a horse. Okay.
So talking about the women of the farmhouse, what's the name of the woman who you thought was haunting the house?
We thought that it was Mrs. John Arnold. My father thought that it was Mrs. John Arnold, but no, she has since identified herself as Abigail, and she is absolutely lovely, and she died of consumption. She even gave us her birthday and her death date, and the current owner, Jacqueline, pulled her up on Ancestry.com and showed us a picture of her, which was amazing. So I had to tell my father, it's not Mrs. Arnold, it's not Miss. But he always thought that it was, because when we would go to the old Arnold Cemetery, which is over near Sherman Farm Road, it's about, well, originally, that's how big the property was. It was thousands of acres. And so the original old cemetery that's over at Sherman Farm, that was still part of the property at the time. When we would go there, he was just very, very drawn to Mrs. Arnold's gravestone. And he thought that there was maybe some psychic connection between them, because the spirit that was haunting and taunting my mother obviously loved my father, which created for some pretty strange dynamics in the family, let me tell you. Oh yeah, my girlfriend's here. She's dead, but don't be threatened, Carolyn. Really? You know, and that was after 2 years of him saying, this house isn't haunted. It's all in your imagination. You're just spending too much time alone out here in the woods and blah, 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 blah. And the thing that just pissed me off is that he knew better. He had already started having interactions. He had already been approached, and he didn't want to admit it because he was afraid, because he had moved his wife and his 5 little girls into a house where he had absolutely zero control over the environment. And so he was freaked out about it. And I remember, well, my parents mixed it up on the subject, you know, relatively frequently whenever anything would happen. But I remember specifically one time, and I wrote about it in the books, where my father yelled at my mother and he said, I don't believe in ghosts. And she walked up to him and she pushed him up against the wall with her little hand on his big chest. And she said, the existence of the spirits is not contingent on your belief in them. And I thought that was just brilliant. And that resonated with me even as a child. That made sense. Like, they're going to exist whether or not you believe in them. So shut up.
Indeed.
I didn't say that, but...
No, I love that.
That flies for me. I've known there's something in this house for a very long time, and I think my family has only woken up to that in the last couple of years.
My parents' relationship, even
Myself
though they stayed
and my
together
sister
for the whole
have been
10
away
years that we lived at the
a
farm,
long
and
time.
several years after we moved.
In fact, I think I just felt like I was being watched
because
again.
my father didn't believe my mother, and my mother would,
Nothing to worry about over
have
here.
rather swallowed her own
Thanks for
tongue
watching
than
over things.
lie to anybody, especially her husband. And that he didn't believe her and he didn't trust her undermined their relationship, and eventually it fractured it. And in fact, my friends Jen and Corey, who owned the house prior to Jacqueline purchasing it about 1.5 years ago, when I first went there after they were the new owners, the first thing I told them was, if you're going to have an argument, take it outside this house. Don't argue in this house. It's like feeding the beast. It will stir up negative energy in this house, and there will be repercussions for it. So if you're going to have words with each other, do it outside. Don't stay in here. And they really took that to heart. It was fair warning is really what it was. I remember one fight my parents were having. I think it was about the flies, all the dead flies, and it was grotesque. No, it was later than that, but they were fighting about it in the kitchen. And all of a sudden, one of my mother's old antique bottles that was up on the top of the sideboard went flying across the room at light speed, slammed into one of the 200-year-old glass windows, fell to the floor, and then began spinning furiously until it finally stopped. There wasn't a chip or a scar on the bottle, and the window that should have been in 1,000 pieces didn't have a scratch on it. So what dimension or realm did that happen in when one of the spirits got pissed about my parents fighting and grabbed that bottle and just
made an example.
threw it? And you've seen the kitchen. It's a big room. As hard as it could fly, as fast like a witch on a stolen broomstick. That fast. Hit the window, fell to the floor. Nothing
like you
shattered,
stole it.
nothing fractured, nothing was damaged in any way.
And that everything involved glass there. It's like, what the heck?
In another realm where there were different laws of physics at play.
So do you think, I don't know, it's really interesting. The house itself is kind of just an echo chamber for your own energy you bring in?
Well, it's not just that. I mean, there is, a very open, active exchange, which occurs at the farmhouse. It really is remarkable. Communication that exists. We lived there long enough that we got to know them. They got to know us. I found that fascinating. It took me more than 30 years to start writing the story because I had to think about it for a while. I had to think about what the ramifications would be if I told our family story. I had to get to a point and to an age, frankly, where I didn't care what anybody thought anymore, that the truth and the telling of our experience was more important than any fallout that might come from it. I had lived completely separately and distinct from this burgeoning paranormal community that I didn't even know existed. When I started writing the books, I didn't know if there would be anybody that would want to read them, let alone a major movie studio that would want to tell our story on the big screen. The discrepancies between our true story and The Conjuring are so many that I would probably have to sit here with you for several hours to detail each and every one of them. Suffice to say, I think, in my opinion, it is an incredibly well-made film, that it was very sensitively made. Everyone who worked on the film, especially all of the adults, read my books. They knew what they were dealing with. The screenwriters wanted to incorporate elements of our true story into it. They did so in the screenplay 7 times. One for every member of the family, and 7 times the screenplay got sent back to them. Oh, Samuel has joined us. We have Samuel and Peanut Buttercup. The 3-piece suit wearers, the studio execs, are no different than any of the rest of us. They're all fear-based carbon units at heart, and they were terrified when they read my books. They were like, we can't tell this story. You don't understand. We're not going to invest $25-30 million into making a film that nobody will stay to watch till the end because they're scared out of their mind. So The Conjuring is so toned down and so finagled with that it really bears no actual resemblance to what actually happened at the farmhouse. And it's not their fault. They couldn't compress 10 years into 2 hours.
Right.
That's impossible. But I also understand why they were afraid to tell the truth, because sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. So they opted for the fiction and apologized. I mean, they were very upfront. The screenwriters were like, oh, Andrea, we tried. Oh my God, we tried. They just wouldn't hear it. They wouldn't take the story about Christine in the box. They wouldn't take the story about Roger in the cellar. They wouldn't take the story. I'm like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I feel like the greatest part of this experience, and I believe we talked about this before as well, is that my family having the courage to tell our story so completely has liberated others to tell their own stories. You know, they read the books and they're like, oh my God, if this family went through this, then I should be able to talk about what I've experienced, you know? It frees people up. It not only expands the human mind, you know, it expands consciousness to even consider. And I can't say, honestly, I can't say I would believe any of it if I hadn't experienced it myself. There are stories in those books that are quite literally unbelievable, that you can't even really wrap your mind around, that they don't really make any sense. I've often described the farmhouse as a portal cleverly disguised as a farmhouse. It not only has the presence of the spirits that are attached to the property, but, and you know this yourself, having been there, you bring your own energy, you bring your own guides, your own spirits through with you into this like paranormal playground where everybody's getting together and getting to know each other and getting to experience the energy of the house. I think sometimes when they have down days there and they don't have any tours or anything, I sometimes wonder if the spirits are like, oh, where is everyone? You know, I mean, they used to punish us when we would leave as a family, when we would all leave at once and leave the house vacant. We were sorry when we came home. Usually it smelled like something was laying dead in the middle of the parlor and had been there for 8 to 10 years. I mean, like literally in the middle of the winter, you would have to open all the windows to air the house out. The smell of rancid, the stench of dead flesh was everywhere through the house. And it's like punishment time. Where did you go and why didn't you take us?
Right.
Sorry, you know, I mean, you're invisible. Get in the friggin' van. You want to come so bad, you know, and that's why my sister Cindy and I, we have a difference of opinion because she said the spirits loved and protected us. That if when we moved, if they could have come with us, they would have. I've had experiences 1,200, 1,600 miles away from the farmhouse with spirits that I have known from the farmhouse like my whole life. And she said, no, they can't leave. They're trapped there. And I said, no, they're not. She said, well, they would have come with us if they could. And they can't. So they didn't. Well, I'm like, yeah, well, no, yes, they did. So all these years later, there's even disputes among our family about who it was, when it was, where it was, why it was, you know,
and what
how
they
they
can
travel, if they're free to come and go, or are they stuck there? And I don't think they are stuck there. I think that we have
think she
no
doesn't want to
concept
acknowledge
of
them,
the netherworld.
or
You know, I don't
she
think that
didn't
it
want them to
has the
follow.
same kind of space-time continuum that we live in a three-dimensional, five-sensory realm on Earth. I think they're in another dimension, but all the dimensions, I believe, are intermingled. You know, all are one. It was like when Mrs. Warren and Mr. and Mrs. Warren showed up at the house in 1973. The night before Halloween, and they had already been informed about our house through a young group of paranormal investigators that showed up there, and we still to this day cannot explain exactly how that happened or why, because Keith said my mother called him and she's like, I didn't call anybody. I don't know what he's talking about. But she was very nice to him and let him in and talked to him. And he had some experiences there that day that were so intense that he and his team sought out the Warrens and informed them about their experience there. And my
so the
mother
investigators
didn't
showed
want
up
the
even
news
though
about
they
farmhouse
swear that
out
he was never
anywhere.
contacted.
So when the Warrens, and she didn't have any
Odd.
idea who the Warrens were, but when they showed up, Mrs. Warren walked over to our old black stove in the kitchen, and she kind of covered her eyes and touched the corner of the stove, and she said, I sense a malignant presence in this house. Her name is Bathsheba. That might have been true, and Bathsheba was not known as being like the most pleasant person that ever walked the earth, but then she took this quantum leap and blamed her. Look at the pretty kitty.
I know, she just came up and wanted
Oh, she's beautiful. It was
I can't hate on
because
pet people.
Mrs. Warren, when my mother shared some of the things that had happened to her, she just automatically blamed Bathsheba for everything, which is why Bathsheba ended up being the villain in The Conjuring, which she was really, really unhappy about. Like, very unhappy about. Not Mrs. Warren, Bathsheba, and suffered not only in life but in afterlife with accusations that have no
Accusations,
proof.
lies, and BS,
so
and
for
defacing
that,
of
I'm
her
sorry,
name.
and I will spend the rest of my days defending her and her reputation. And I feel love and sympathy for her, and even a kind of strange empathy. She lived a hard life and a long life under the dark cloud of suspicion and aspersions cast and accusations and whispers behind her back, and only one of her children survived her. 3 of her children are buried with little tiny headstones right next to their mother at the Riverside Cemetery, and 3 of her 4 children didn't live past the age of 4. I might have been a cranky bitch too. If I had gone through what she did in her life, and the
Had that
loss
much misery having
and
to
the
bury your children
pain,
so young.
I might have been pretty miserable too. And I just don't think that we should judge others. And I embrace her and I care about her. And it was interesting because years and years ago, I was doing a spirit box session with my friend George Lopez. I was doing a spirit box session with him, and she came through, but she threw my voice. It sounded just like me talking through the spirit box. And George was like, no, you use your own real voice or we can't have this conversation. And so when she came back through and she said her name was Bathsheba, she sounded like a 12-year-old girl. She was a very diminutive, small woman, very beautiful, but she had a very high-pitched voice. George asked her what one word she associates with me, and she said love. And then years later, probably 8-9 years later, I was at her offering flowers, and I was at her gravesite with a number of people after a day spent at the Ocean State Paracon at the theater in Harrisville. And we went there after we shut down to pay our respects. And I was talking, and my friend Cody was recording it, unbeknownst to me, had a voice recorder. As soon as he got home and did the review, he captured her voice, that same voice that I had heard, that I knew so well, that was on the spirit box. And she, as I was talking about her and not absolving her, but certainly giving her the benefit of the doubt with everybody that was there, a disembodied voice screamed her name in her voice, Bathsheba, at the top of her lungs. And there were 30 people there and nobody heard it, but it was as clear as it could be. All these years later, it sends a shiver up my spine every time I hear it, because I just want to reach out to her and say it's gonna be okay, and I'm doing everything in my power to set the story straight. We're never going to know all the history of the farmhouse. There are too many people, too many souls, people that died on that property that had no attachment to it at all, who are still there, people who come to the farm. I have a very close friend who is very well known in the paranormal community, who showed up at an event that I was doing and had a close encounter with a loved one who had died 2 years before, and he had never heard from her until he went to the farmhouse. This is the thing that is most bizarre of everything, in my opinion. 2 people who both had profound sensory deprivation. One was almost deaf and one was almost blind. But when they went to the farm, their senses were completely restored. And when they left the farm, their disabilities returned. What's that?
Yeah,
How do you explain that? What dimension did they step into where they were completely healed?
Beautiful. It's not scary.
It's not scary. It's beautiful. Thank you. It's beautiful. I always thought that, people that were afraid of spirits or who doubted our story or whatever, I don't give a shit. But, I think that they're just so afraid that it's going to fracture their belief systems. Their well ingrained, indoctrinated belief systems. And so they just can't afford I think that the thing they're most afraid of is that we're telling the truth. That's what they're most afraid of. And my attitude is there's nothing to fear. You know, if you embrace them, if you acknowledge them and embrace them and communicate with them and let them know that you care about them, you're not in any danger. You know, we're earthbound. We're more powerful than they ever could be because they're not fully in this realm anymore. They just, you know, either visit or hang out in the wings, you know, I don't know. But, you know, that was interesting that we visited that house so many times before we actually moved in, never saw anything, never felt anything, heard anything, smelled anything until the day we moved in. It was like they were just waiting for us to own it before they would show themselves. And then my mother actually, you know, several months after we lived there and things were starting to get pretty active, and she called our family attorney and wanted to know if she could get out of the sale. You know, she said, Sam, I think we're living in a haunted house. You know, what do we do? And he tried, and there were no laws on the books to reverse that sale. That was it. We were there. And then, of course, it was the early 70s. I don't think you're old enough to remember, but that was, I mean, the housing market in this country basically crashed. You know, cost of living across the board went through the roof. And who's going to buy a house 3 months after you move into it without asking, why are you moving in and moving out immediately afterwards? Why?
Right.
You know, and there were no disclosure laws on the books or anything, you know, nothing. Even Mr. Kenyon would come by regularly and he would ask my mother, is everything okay? You know, right here? Without ever delving into or disclosing anything to her. But he knew. I mean, he knew that. That's why I left the lights on at night, so that at least he could see if there was activity, what was coming, or, you know, what was going on. One time he came and we were all sledding out in the backyard, 6-acre backyard. My mother said to him, Earl, I keep hearing strange noises in the parlor. And he just tapped her hand. He just held her hand for a moment and he said, swallows in the chimney, my dear, swallows in the chimney. And maybe that's the way he rationalized it. And he didn't want to be perceived as, you know, crazy old man who was living with ghosts, you know, but nobody ever told us anything. We thought we were just buying an original colonial home that, you know, so few of them even exist in the country anymore. And it was all new to us, but it was an extraordinary wake-up call. And to me, it was the most informative and most enlightening time of my life.
So, to start out our investigation that evening, we were all on edge.
I think she gets coaxed into
nobody really knows what
some
to
foot
expect
mouth once in a while, but this does not seem to be one of those moments, as far as I can tell. This is mostly focused on what she experienced.
You have some pretty big expectations. And we wanted to try something unique. I'm releasing this as a separate video for people that don't want to watch all the ghost hunting and the interviews and everything. But to start off our evening, we decided to take something from the Conjuring film, and we wanted to play hide and clap. Basically, the game entails you hiding somewhere in a house. One person's blindfolded. You get 3 claps, and you have to try to find this person with the blindfold on. In the Conjuring movie, it's one of the scariest scenes, but I think with 100% certainty, I can say that the experiment worked and the spirits responded.
So, I mean, I've never been to this house before, so I didn't really know what to expect. But it ended up being even more creepy than I could have ever imagined. The activity you're about to see on camera is just bizarre.
Okay, y'all. So, it is about time 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock on the dot right now, and we are beginning our investigation. So they don't allow you to videotape the history tours here, so I hope you enjoyed that little history that we did, the interview with Andrea. This place is insane. I mean, if you have any interest in the paranormal whatsoever, you know the Conjuring house. I mean, this is literally like the pinnacle of haunted locations. And what's insane is already tonight, just while we've been setting up and while we were getting our tour earlier off camera, we've heard and experienced some very, very freaky things. For example, we've all heard noises. We've heard footsteps like creaking on the wood above us. We were talking about playing the clapping game, and Connor and Jeff and I all heard a clap in the other room. What it sounded like, that was really, really trippy. But I think tonight's shaping up already to be a very, very interesting night. I mean, when I went to the Conjuring house back in 2020, that was crazy. I had a blackout moment where I dropped my camera. I think we already talked about that in the video, but it's a pleasure to be back here. I mean, it's crazy to think that my TikTok video got 26 almost million views from the first time that I came here. So this place is a very special place in my heart because it really kickstarted my journey on TikTok and it kickstarted the growth of my YouTube channel. So this place is special. But tonight I'm joined by three people that have never been here before. Woo! All right, everybody. So how's everyone feeling on this very spooky, cold evening?
Point out this window.
I know.
I feel great about this. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of the film. Even though that it's not completely accurate to the actual story of this house, there's still bits and pieces that are true, that did really happen here in this house. And so, I mean, this place is notorious. You've seen pretty much all the other creators do this place just because of how notoriously haunted this location is. There's really not much else to say except for that. I mean, I think we will definitely end up seeing something tonight because we are already hearing so many things tonight. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Me too. Jeff, you had something weird with your content.
I did, yes. I was laying, sitting in this chair where you guys were downstairs, and I was just looking at my phone, and my right contact lens just fell out of my eye. And I'm like, what the? And I couldn't tell. It fell out for sure. I guess should say in the beginning. I was like, what the heck? And I couldn't find it anywhere. And went in the bathroom. Mary, we pulled my lid way up like I did in clinic for years. No contact. And then I finally sat down and went to my phone. It was stuck to my phone screen.
Wow.
So it fell out in the chair when I was just sitting there looking. And again, this is, you can't say it's paranormal, but it's like, I can't literally remember a time when my contact fell out. Hear that?
Sure.
Fell out. And actually, when I was sitting on the couch when I moved over there to put contacts in from your solution, and then you guys were downstairs, I had like all I could think of is like a whispering, kind of like something shake a fuzzy kind of sound. I don't know how to explain it. In my left ear, and probably 3 or 4 different sounds in that library room, which is where she told us is actually very haunted. So I was starting to get a little bit freaked out when you guys were downstairs, thinking, what if you just sat in this place by yourself? And then I started to think you could kind of start freaking yourself out. So, I mean, it's got a creepy vibe in here, you know?
Yeah, I would say so.
So, yeah.
Mom, I know you've been waiting for this one for a long time.
Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite movies. I am so excited. And then just the history of this house. It is so old. Oh my, I mean, that's crazy. Just being in here and all the energy. So I'm super excited. This is going to be fun.
Excited.
Well, everybody. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Well, I think all of us are extremely excited. We're so thankful that you guys support what we do here on the channel. We wouldn't be here without y'all. But we are about to play the clapping game, hide and clap, from the Conjuring movie. So yeah, we're gonna see if that brings out any of the energy tonight. But you guys want to say a quick prayer to protect ourselves?
Yes, good.
Dear God, my higher power, please watch over us this evening as we explore this location. Please be with us in our bodies, our minds, our souls, and protect us from anything dark that may affect any of us this evening, because I was affected the last time. And please watch over everybody viewing this video as well, because we don't want anything coming to them or following them home. Amen.
Awesome.
Well, guys, everybody give me a clap. 1, 2, 3. All right, let us begin.
Let the hunting begin.
We were just setting up. This thing was spiking like crazy. Are you here with us? What the hell? That was just going all the way to the top. I don't know how to explain that.
Of course it stops right when you take them.
Dude, there you go.
Holy shit.
What is that? Oh my god.
And just like that.
Are you here with us?
What's the spirit child say?
Burnt. I was a target. Go looking. Burnt.
What? As soon as you set it down, it's just going to do this. There's a bug in your hair, dude.
Grab it, grab it.
What? It's that stink
Dude,
bug.
grab it, dude.
No, I think it's just dust. It's dark gray.
It's dark gray. Okay, let's finish.
Well, now
setting
Colin's
up.
going to
That's
have gray
crazy.
hairs
Look at
a
stop
couple
going
of
on.
decades
Spiking
early.
over there.
Thanks to
Oh.
the pops.
Okay, look at that. That was spiking.
There goes. No reason. Nothing changed.
It's like a voice.
Oh my god, it just got so quiet. Okay, I'm gonna pause. Let's finish this setup.
Do you have balls?
Yeah. Oh!
What the hell?
This is the most active room, she said.
Well, the paralight
Really?
lit
Yeah,
all
that-
the way up to the top.
I started rolling
I've
on
never
that
seen
first.
that. Like, hardly ever. Okay, I've got a couple balls on the stairs.
What the
ping
spirit
pong
chat
balls
say?
Let's see what
With a camera. Perfect. Okay.
payment.
Payment.
Wow.
Whoa! And that one next to you, Mom.
Look at his. Look out, there's a lot of energy in here, man. Look at that.
Look at that, right next to Mom.
Oh my gosh.
God.
It was doing nothing.
This is crazy.
This is spiking so hard.
Look at this one. Yeah. Are you filming?
Yeah.
Can you reset that one? This one just started to go off and just keeps going.
Or is it
You're all welcome to come
They're
in.
getting a lot of
Keep coming.
random activity in here.
Dude, all these devices I can't even set up because they keep going off. All of our music boxes.
One by one, yeah,
Did
they
you
keep
hear that
bumping
just
into
now?
something else.
Look at right next to you too.
Moving the microphone down so I hopefully don't accidentally
Dude,
bump
there are
around the side of my
absolutely
face again.
incredible waves of energy coming
Yeah.
through this house right now.
Right here.
Right here.
Should not get it.
Oh my god!
Heck? Once again, this isn't power. This
Oh,
isn't something
this
with electrical charge.
What the hell?
Holy smokes. Because if it was, it'd be constant doing that instead of just on and off random flickers.
Okay. I'm turning my spirit talker. You got yours
Doing
on?
necro.
Yeah, I'll do necro.
Necro! Again, I'm not sure how much to believe in these apps, but I will say Necro is the one that does give me the better results. I honestly do believe it. It depends upon location and possibly a little bit on which model of phone.
Michael! Michael! The little kid! Michael! The very first word it says. Michael.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
He killed us.
Okay. What do you want to ask? What do you want? Okay. What do you want to ask, Michael?
Michael. Okay, guys, so Michael is the name of the little boy ghost in the Conjuring house. And that was the first
Thank you.
name that we just got. The first word, really. Michael, can you hit that bell again or walk over here if that's you?
Heck?
Rejected him. It says where Dark Road rejected him.
Yeah, up so you can actually hear it.
Yeah, it's not
The
here.
devil rejected him?
You said the devil? No.
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 I mean,
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Hmm.
Okay, guys, so I just want to explain to everybody.
Wanted to check real quick.
Right
Not
now, we
1
are
o'clock here right now.
in the seance room, the main room in the Conjuring house. This is where that famous...
Dang. Okay, hi.
This is where that famous seance with Ed and Lorraine Warren took place, where people were thrown across the room. Dude, it feels weird in here.
At the end,
Go away.
Go away. So we've already been investigating all night, but I mean, Michael, that's the name of the little kid, and we felt like all night we've been talking to the little kid. And look at how all the devices have stopped spiking all of a sudden.
The listening.
So, okay, we want to begin our investigation tonight.
Sarah.
Wait, wasn't Sarah?
Sarah was last
Children here.
Children here.
Apparently so.
So somebody's here with us right now. We also have some balls set up on the stairways.
I got big balls. They're nasty big
Michael,
balls.
If you're
I'm
here,
just gonna keep making music references at this point. Mandy.
Michael, if you're here with us right now, buddy, to anybody who's here with us, we're calling out to you right now. Michael, any of the children, any of the former homeowners, if you remember the Perron family, Ed and Lorraine.
Oh.
Okay.
Speaking.
Oh.
Speaking.
Okay.
No plan.
So, can you ring that bell again? Were you here when the Perron family was here? By the way, this bell is a new device. It's basically like an EMF bell. So if there's an EMF spike...
11 o'clock.
Wait, what time is it right now?
It is 10:52.
It's 10:52 and it just said 11 o'clock.
That's weird.
So, it seems like whatever's here, we're talking to something that was here during the Perron family haunting. I want to introduce ourselves. My name's Colin.
My name's Connor.
My name's Mary.
And I'm Jeff, but didn't say.
Oh!
Hello,
Did it say
yeah.
Teresa?
Yeah.
So it's like introducing herself.
Foreign.
Oh my god.
Dude, this is an insane amount. Oh my god, next to Connor!
Are you coming out of the library?
Follow us right.
The library!
Oh.
It's to your right! Oh!
Look at it.
Oh!
So you're in the library right now. Can you come out and sit with us?
Whoa.
Oh, what was that? What was that? What did you hear, Mary?
I mean, I just heard it was almost like a voice.
Yeah, I heard a voice.
Yeah.
Painting.
Painting!
The same thing. That's what I got.
There's a ton of paintings in here,
But
dude.
I think it's the Abigail.
Painting right here.
I think it's Abigail or eyes. Remember eyes in the painting?
Yeah.
Okay. To whoever's here, can you try to push one of those balls down the stairs for us? We've got one on the basement stairs, both staircases going upstairs.
Everybody wants
Or make a
whistling
noise.
skull.
Maybe knock.
Whenever they tried teaming up like that, it doesn't seem to work.
I've been watching you.
Michael or Oliver, we'd love to play with you tonight. If you have any toys upstairs you want to play with, just bring them out and we'll play with you.
It's crazy. I'm going to point out as well. This device said correct, and this also
Torture.
Right when I pointed at that device, that also said correct. So that validates both of these both picked up correct.
Yeah.
That's weird. Was somebody tortured on this property? Michael! Again! M-I-C-H-E-L!
Really?
That's Mike. That could be Michael right there. Spells. Witchcraft.
It's phonetics. Oh, Matt's going off.
Phonetic.
It's phonetics.
It's phonetic.
It's phonetics.
Oh my god.
Dude, what the f is going on
over here?
Dude, this literally, I'm trying to zoom in on this. M-I-C-H-E-L. That's Michael right there.
That's Michael.
Oh my.
Thanks for coming down, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
Permitted. Yeah, you're allowed to come down and hang out with us, buddy.
We're friendly.
Yes, it's me.
It's Michael.
I was just thinking the fighters could be like the Revolutionary War, the
yeah.
people buried out there. Keep going. Keep going, guys.
Keep going.
I think we're onto something.
Whoa.
Dang.
So...
Do you like this bell, Michael?
Move west.
Move west? It keeps telling us to go somewhere.
Moving west, that's what the people did when they settled here.
Yeah. Enough.
Or do we know our directions here? Like, which way is that way?
In the afterworld.
One time.
Delightful.
Dude.
I wish I had my compass.
Delightful in the afterworld.
I have day.
Oh my god, this is so confusing. Michael?
Shit, that's him.
So, buddy, could you try to make some sort of a noise in here or move something for us? Like shut one of those doors or...
Well, I did that.
We would love to have you push one of those balls or move something for us. We really would. It would make us so happy. Can you do that for us?
Want to know the truth?
Want to know the truth?
Oh, look at that spike. It's going crazy.
Ooh.
You are missed. What's the truth? What are you talking about? What's the truth?
They scare me.
They scare me. You want to know the truth? They scare me. It sounds like Michael, the little boy.
Who's
It
they?
watches from the dark.
Oh, that's creepy.
Who scares you, Michael?
Kind of quiet it down again.
I feel like I'm hearing someone talk.
Trying to kind of poke Michael here for questions if it is really Michael. If it is a Michael.
Hey, Michael. We're here. Friendly.
Just
We're
realized
really
my microphone
friendly.
was tilted down. Huh.
We're here
There we
just
go.
to kind of talk to you, and there's some balls that are laying on the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Here and here. Could you try to knock one of those off for us, please? Just for fun. We're not trying to make you do any tricks at all. It's just... In the... You are missed another part of the afterlife? What's that?
You want us dead?
You're welcome to stay.
In the afterlife?
Yeah.
You're missed in another part of the afterlife. You're welcome to stay.
Yeah.
Like something
Interesting.
You are welcome
dead.
to stay. Like here with them in the afterlife.
Is that true, Michael? You want us to stay here with you? Do you like us?
Williams.
Williams is the first owner.
3 spirits.
What was, guys, you know.
Abigail Williams?
No, George Williams.
Really?
Was the original owner.
Bullet.
Williams is
Roger Williams.
Roger Williams.
Roger. What device said that?
Mine did.
Roger Williams.
Oh. Roger Williams.
Not an original homesteader,
Open
but he
window.
did own the property at least at one point,
That's
apparently.
creepy. Well, what's strange is I asked you if you open the window in the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
Have you guys seen the window open in the bathroom?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, that was not like that.
I didn't.
Dude.
Ping.
I mean, Michael twice and Williams.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, listen.
Got something else coming.
Something else was just. They scare me. They must go. 3 spirits.
They must go.
So it sounds like Michael's afraid of some of the spirits here.
You should go.
You should go again. Look at your thing, Spike. Oh, they must go. You should go.
Remember.
Margaret.
Watch yourself here.
Oh, wait a second.
Pollution.
Who got Margaret? I think there's a Margaret in there.
Oh! 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 Oh my God! Dude, all 3 at the same
Absolutely
time.
wild again.
I'm trying to think where Margaret comes in. It was him.
Who is him? What does that even mean?
Well, we were asking Michael who scares you, and it said Williams.
Yeah,
Like it's a member of the Williams family.
Like, is it Roger Williams?
Hmm.
Oh, another one. This thing's really active.
It's not one quite on, yeah.
Unlawful.
It can be painful.
This can be painful.
The truth? What's the truth, Michael? Or Mr. Williams? Okay, we want to... Obviously, you want us to move to a different part of the house, right? Can you ring that bell if there's another part of the house where you want us to go? Find the truth?
Give myself a bit of honey.
My back is cold.
Do we have a,
Like really cold.
how can we tell which way is west?
That's what I was saying.
Do we have a compass?
Because
on
it'd be
our
that
phone?
way. That's what I said.
It's where the energy's completely shifted in here.
Yeah.
None of the devices are going off.
I have a dark compass,
Do we have a
but
compass?
I don't read.
I always talk about this too. My blood sugar.
Thief.
Thief.
Beside.
I got
Beside.
Some. And I got some.
Oh, here. I have a compass.
Oh. You got something.
Jeff, what did you say?
You got something. You are not alone.
Thief beside.
What'd yours say?
Let's see. Mine says lunatic. Alleged lunatic.
Alleged lunatic.
The truth. The truth is that Bathsheba, they're trying to spread the truth about the Conjuring house, that Bathsheba was not evil. And Bathsheba, her name should be cleared. They keep saying that Bathsheba was like this evil witch, and she wasn't.
Sorry, turn right into my phone, turned out too.
So are you trying to tell us that Bathsheba was not evil? Is that what you're trying to point out here to us? That's the
Sounds
truth.
about right.
Violate.
Do you think, like, how quiet it's gotten?
It's weird. I was
Yeah,
gonna
then
say,
all of a sudden everything stops again.
my blood, there's like a growl or
Oh, that was a
creak.
knock.
Probably.
My blood sugar always goes low when things start to go off. We've been sitting here, and you can see on my type 1 diabetes, my pump, my blood sugar, you can see right there how it started to dip
Dang.
about 15, 20, 30 minutes ago when we started this session.
But, like,
Feared.
But like this is not going. Oh,
Yeah.
like the REM pod.
The REM pod, the bells.
The lamp. This.
This hasn't been going off anymore.
House.
House?
House.
Mm.
And then you think, well, west
Oh, I got it now.
is this way, guys. Does it want us to go back that way?
Spoken softly again.
Again.
Huh?
Again.
Yeah, again. About this area. So, spoken softly about this area.
What was
Annie?
that? Oh, no.
Annabelle?
What are the dolls?
Oh, that's Annabelle.
Annabelle.
There's a
And
Raggedy Ann right behind you.
above it, yeah.
Look at that.
There's one
That
right
is
there, this
Annie.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there an Annie in the history?
What's though spoken softly about this area?
Just something I'm more of.
Michael? Can you?
One spirit.
Suffered.
One spirit suffered. We want to move to a different part of the house. We're going to sit quietly for a minute or two. Can you try as hard as you can to make a noise for us, wherever you are? And we'll follow that noise.
Mix.
I am sad. Michael, I am sad.
Mine says grow up.
Maybe
I'm
they're
sad.
talking
Grow
to
up.
each-
It's like
maybe
they're talking to each other.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What if it's the Williams? The old man.
Somebody else is here.
Someone else is here. So there's.
Michael, is there somebody stop?
Definitely.
Who else? Who else is here? Can you tell us who else is here? Or where you're at? We can come in and talk to you. Make a noise in a room.
Come say hello.
What was that?
Hmm.
It sounded like a pan. We have to probably start trying to
Let's just be
move on.
Yeah, let's just be quiet.
Oh, there it goes again. What?
That's not
Husband.
him. That's someone
That's-
creaking on the stairs.
Hmm.
Sounded like a pipe.
Insurance.
Bad spirits here.
Okay, guys, let's all be quiet for a couple minutes straight and just listen. And like, if something happens, don't say anything, okay? Let's just listen.
Pretty loud, or it's all random.
Ask it to make a noise to let us know where to go.
Lydia.
I think that's a pipe or whatever you want to call it. Steps. That's what I think everybody has told us.
The attic.
Like up.
Oh!
Yes. I was just gonna say up.
Is there somebody upstairs right now that we should be...
I think we should go up there.
Michael, do you want us to go upstairs?
Participate.
What? Every single device just talked at the same time.
Still
What
going.
you're saying?
A loved one.
Participate.
Mine said always dark.
You will try presence will be known. Sure, you will. You will try presence will be known, or will, with that how that
Probably just said presence.
presence will be known.
I mean, that was insane. Every single device just talked at the same
yeah, it
time.
just said
All four of
presence.
them.
Yeah.
Presence will be known, is what it is. Oh, we already know.
Someone on the stairs waiting for us. You're welcome to
You're welcome to stay. Thank you.
What'd yours say, Mom?
Don't go down there.
Translate.
It's time
Dude,
to go
oh,
upstairs and not to go down there.
That is very creepy because the basement is supposed to be the creepiest, darkest part. We're gonna go to a different. We're gonna go to a different part of the house. How about you ring the bell if you think we should go to the attic?
You are welcome to stay in the past. That's kind of like the afterlife.
Daring.
Pass to the prior.
Day.
Okay, so we're gonna head up to the attic.
Seems to be the only place they hinted at by name.
Again, you are welcome to stay.
All right, guys. Should we go up to the attic?
Abigail.
Oh my god.
Waiting for you up there, is she?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Are you kidding me?
Didn't bring her up by name at all.
Abigail.
Oh my god!
Get that up. You have
That is
God.
Abigail.
What's the name of the woman who you thought was haunting the house?
She has since identified herself as Abigail.
Oh my god.
That's so crazy.
Abigail.
Abigail. Oh, dude, is it really cold in here, or is it just me?
But I'm like, I got more of the jelly bumps.
Jelly bumps?
Papa Spook's making up new terminology
I
now.
love the confidence.
Oh!
Jelly boom.
We'd like to be left alone.
You like to be left alone.
Dude. Dude, guys, this
Abigail.
is the first time
Yeah.
this has gone off in like 30 minutes.
Yeah. But like, seriously, Abigail.
That's crazy.
They like to be left
Jelly
alone, which
bumps
is very
is a new
contradictory to what the new owners are doing
Yeah,
for
the
the
jelly
place.
What is a jelly bump?
I don't even know where
Goosebump?
I don't know
think
where that
so.
came from.
What did
I
yours
got
say,
the-
Mom?
I have power of Christ and bells. The
Bells.
bells.
Power of Christ. I mean, obviously a believer's.
Abigail?
Every time a bell rings, the angel gets your swings. Good job,
Don't
Clarence.
trust. This thing is like saying, like, forming like a paragraph almost.
Yeah.
It makes sense, but Abigail? Come on.
That's, I mean, Williams, Michael twice,
Williams,
and Abigail.
Michael and
Everybody,
Abigail.
every spirit in the Conjuring house is here tonight.
It could be any word, any name.
Every single spirit in the Conjuring house is here this evening, and we have proof of it.
Just
Dude, it's getting like colder in here, actually, like way colder.
Listening.
I am now listening. Maybe it's Abigail.
So, Abigail, should we go upstairs?
Dude, it is very cold in
It just got
I
significantly colder.
I told you my back was getting cold. It's moved in.
Like,
It's moved in here.
the last like couple minutes, minute or two, it's
And
getting.
it was warm in here earlier.
I was sweating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a boom. I am happy.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who's happy though? That's the creepy part.
Michael, please.
I'm
I see
happy.
you.
What'd you say, Mom?
In motion.
so
Oh.
I think that's an answer to you saying to ring the bell to go up.
You should.
Hey, let's
go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, time.
All right. Wow.
How many times can I tell you? What do we all want to bring?
Dude, Connor, next to you. Dude, Michelle. Michael. Michelle.
Michael.
It said Michael and Michelle. That's the same thing. Michelle. Connor, right next to you, bro. The moment. Oh my God! Right next to you too, Connor. Dude, look at right next to Connor. What the fuck is going on? Holy fucking shit!
Through the roof.
Look at that thing.
Dude, the moment we get up
It's
to
just
go.
stuck. It's stuck right there. Oh, Mary, you got that. Look at that thing. It's just. What? Wait. What the hell? I just heard something to my right. That's that way.
Is there somebody upstairs waiting for us?
Okay, what's up with this thing, though?
What is your name? My name's Colin.
I'm Jeff.
My name's Mary.
My name's Connor.
Okay, but what's.
There's someone like standing
So
right
you
next
gotta
to
like
me.
kind of like focus on that. Like, what?
I got jelly
Holy
bumps.
cow.
Dude, I have.
Jelly bumps.
Honestly, I have anxiety about going upstairs.
Here's an answer for you. This can be painful.
To go upstairs?
Keep
I don't want to
saying-
go upstairs
keep saying this,
and
like,
torture.
4 times. This. Can
And
be-
what is?
What?
Dude, I have. Honestly, I have anxiety about going upstairs.
Here's an answer for you. This can be painful.
To go upstairs?
Keep
I don't want to
saying-
go upstairs
keep saying this,
and
like,
torture.
4 times. This can
And
be-
what is
What is
going
that?
on? Oh my God, dude!
Okay, what is going on?
Oh my God,
What?
bro!
I've never seen
what-
EMF reading
No,
that high.
what is going on?
Interesting. Very interesting.
I really do
Dude,
have.
you know what's really, really eerie, dude? Think about it. The moment my legs are shaking, this is so crazy. The moment that we get up, it says, "What's your name?" The thing spikes all the way. The EMF spikes. The bell starts ringing.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that like somebody's asking us to stay down here and not go upstairs because there's something painful?
Influence.
You know what I mean? Like, is there something like up there that's where I passed out last time, where I blacked out, and where it got really creepy for me. It's like the moment we stood up, the bell starts ringing, the REM pod, your thing starts spiking, it asks us a question like,
Disassemble.
Okay, but I think we have to go up.
I'm having like a chest pain.
Are you doing that to Colin? Are you affecting him?
Okay, I just think like a lot of people think you keep getting the answers. You
What
should
did yours
just
say,
move on.
Mom?
We need to move on.
Truck. Bad choices. Truck.
Nervously.
Nervous.
Hmm.
That was out here.
Listen to yourself?
Within yourself.
My pain. That's really weird, actually. It's
You
not
mean
over my
I'm
heart. It's
so,
over my, yeah.
so cold right now.
It's cold. But what's going? I don't understand. That wasn't doing that.
Yeah. I'm gonna step outside for a second.
Well, that. I mean, what in the world?
Seems to be possibly trying to affect them, but I'm not sure.
Left side.
Left side.
Was it on his left side?
Oh, this was right side.
Dearest family member.
Okay, I'm actually gonna just say this to you guys right now. I'm like a little freaked out because I'm having like a really deep pain in my lungs right now. Like, I don't know what that is. I just have to sit.
This house affected me last time, and it's affecting me again. And I'm nervous about
It seems so.
what could be upstairs now. Also, it's been saying this could be painful. It's weird, though. The moment I came out here, I feel a little bit better.
Well, I mean, if they're talking about him, he could be our dearest family member.
Yeah, for sure.
And if he's having a pain.
Do you guys know that Colin is feeling some pain in his chest? Do you know why?
The minute I went outside, my chest pain went away.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Let's pause. Let's pause for a second. Go
Wow.
upstairs. There were so many spirits talking to us that night. Everybody, women, children. And it was clear. We were getting the actual names of all of these different entities on different devices, corroborating everything. And it wasn't like just one ghost was here. We had 5, 10, whoever knows how many ghosts that were with us that evening. And that's not even talking about all the EMF energy, the music boxes. I mean, it was like a whirlwind force of paranormal activity that we were experiencing inside of the house, which is so different than the first time that I went, when it was pretty calm and I didn't really have any REM pod spikes or EMF anything. So in the past few years, this place has been supercharged, but we felt like we wanted to continue our investigation and find out who was speaking with us. So we headed upstairs. But when we got up there, Connor was in for a dark and twisted surprise. What happened with this door?
What?
Was it like this when whoever was up here last was up here?
Where? Oh, no. No way.
I didn't even know that there was a door there.
No way.
So
There's no way.
We're just
Oh, sorry. I thought I was hearing something.
We're just carrying our stuff up here right now.
I got that smell again, do you? That rotten egg smell. It's stinky.
So let's investigate this door because what? Dude, this is a heavy door.
No way.
Are you fucking kidding me? Dude.
But still, I had to go through here to get to the... Where I was sitting. How did you come through here? Right here.
That's very creepy. That's not doing
I mean, I was right here. I was hiding right here on the clap game. Yeah. And you guys came through here. Wow, okay.
Interesting.
Okay, guys, so we're in the upstairs of the Conjuring house
I'm
right
not
now.
so sure
This is where Michael
spirit orbs.
seemed
It could be just
to
with
tell
somebody
us that he
that's
wanted
looks
us to
like
go
acting
to.
in a particular
We
way.
don't know exactly
but
why
don't know for sure.
he wanted us to come up here, but look at that thing's picking something up, the laser grid. We have all of our devices set up here and they're already spiking.
Hello in there, Mr. Magical Mr.
That
House.
device is a laser grid. Oh,
Broke my spine. Let me do it again.
Picking something up, moving in that room. That thing has the room mapped, and anytime you see flashes on that screen, it's picking something up, moving.
Here
All right.
we go.
Michael,
Go into eternity.
you wanted us to come up here, buddy. What did you want to do for us? Can you make a sound? What are you doing?
Oh, dude, was that a ball? What was that?
That was like loud on that.
Oh my gosh.
Again.
Shh.
Michael, is that you?
That was a.
Michael, do you want to play?
Yeah, Michael, we brought some cameras with us, buddy. You might remember me from last time that I was here. Can you make another noise like that? That was really awesome that you did that. We just want to know where you wanted us to come to up here. Oh! Oh!
Oh. Okay. Interesting.
Thank you, Michael.
Oh. I don't think there's anything tied to that property at that time, but...
Michael.
Sure.
Or whoever's here. I put those 2 ping pong balls over there on that dresser.
Torch.
If you could push one of those off to show us that you're here, we would appreciate that so much from you. If you could just push one of those for us.
Remember, torch means flashlight.
Yeah.
So, remember, Colin, they're from...
Ava.
They were from England.
Yeah.
Settlers.
Oh. Oh.
It's beautiful here. Plans.
Oh, you hear that thump?
What's that?
Oh, shh, shh.
I'm upset.
Why are you upset? That noise again.
What the hell? That is a huge knock.
Oop.
Sarah.
Sarah again.
Sorry, I was deep listening again. I don't know what it is. When I get to listening, I kind of close the eyes and go into a lean. Don't hear anything. Oh. Maybe for the briefest of seconds, but otherwise I barely hear that.
Who's with us right now? Mary behind you. Look at the laser.
Don't move, Mary.
Okay, somebody's coming over there.
Can you come in here with us?
That's where that laser grid's picking somebody up. Oh, dude, look at that, Mom. They're over there. Oh, they're getting closer to us.
Yeah, you can come in here.
18.
It's alright, they're fine. You do it. Bye bye. Zoom.
Dark.
Oh my god.
Dude.
That
What?
laser, look at the laser grid.
I know.
Dark, too dark to see.
And this thing is going absolutely mental.
There's someone just like hanging out right in front of the laser grid.
I'm glad you're
Are
here.
you serious?
It's a metal chair.
What is that?
huge. But there is someone coming like right at you. Oh my god, look at the laser.
Keep the camera on.
Oh.
Okay. We have the cameras on.
They're getting so close.
Michael?
Oh my gosh.
It sounds like it's coming from the room right next to me.
Michael? Or whoever we're talking to up here? We're keeping the camera on. And you have a really cool opportunity right now. You could do something really big for us. And it would make us... Yeah, emotion. It would make us so happy if you could just move our toy, throw something across the room, use your voice, slam one of the doors. We're keeping the camera on. Can you show us?
Exposed.
Can you come close this door right next to me?
They hear me scream.
I know.
Whatever's coming through that room is right there. That is so freaky.
Oh my god. They're right in front of you.
Who's with us in here?
The loft.
That's rad.
Feeling okay, Connor?
Feeling really weird right now.
Because I'm had headaches and stuff and about to cancel
I'm
out.
feeling like delusional right now. Like I don't know what's going on. Who's affecting me right now?
Mind.
Are you trying to get in my head?
They mean you harm.
Okay.
Dude, this is the chair where I was sitting where I passed out the last time.
I'm getting like crazy headache right now.
Did you hear that scream?
I feel very lonely.
Look at the only part of him, of Connor, that is blue around his chest area right there. That's it. Can you get that? Oh my gosh. Connor, do you feel anything like in your...
Yeah, my chest is really shut tight right now.
Yeah. Oh, he's got like a blue... It's
really?
Yeah, you should look at it. I mean, this whole body is
all this stuff
is red and yellow, and you just have it on your... Put your left hand up. So it's on
yeah.
your right,
Look at that.
Right
That
side
is
of your
weird.
chest. Yeah. Yep, you're covering it.
Dude, that's where my chest was just hurting. My right side of my chest. Downstairs.
Did you want to get it, Colin? I got it. I mean, you might want to just see it.
Oh!
Ooh.
Wow. I've got chills.
Behind it, it's just... Wow.
Blue cold spot on his chest.
I don't feel like this is Michael.
I know it's not Michael. What are you doing to me? What do you want?
Interesting, actually.
We're hiding here. I died right here.
Oh!
Look at all the blue.
Well, that is really strange.
And I've got it taped as well.
What?
Just that one area. Dark blue.
So Connor, yeah, your chest is getting cold.
Your right side.
It's the only part of your body.
Do you feel anything on the right? You do.
Dude, what if Connor just got picked up and thrown across the room?
I worked here.
Wow.
I worked here?
That's really crazy, actually.
Dude,
Nothing to worry about, Connor.
Meanwhile, this thing is completely almost to the doorway.
It's crazy because I feel like there's like someone like grabbing my left knee right now too.
Who's in here with us?
Honestly, for the floor.
Describe how you're feeling right now.
Like really uneasy.
Dude, how many times did the device say open window? Look at what is right there. It's an open window. Is anybody connecting that, or is that just me? What did it say about the open window? Jeff?
Well, yeah, I mean...
What did it say?
It just said, I think, open window, didn't it?
We're listening.
Okay, Connor's got affected here. I think we should try to get something on Connor, I think, is on him.
Get the SLS out.
That's that's my feeling with this flare. I mean,
You get the
honestly,
SLS.
I would keep that on him.
Yep.
Okay, and because let's see.
Just,
Just a second.
Here you go, Mom.
But your camera's probably gonna get affected by this.
So it seems to be affecting you right now. I want you to sit and try to ask questions and figure out who's affecting you. Connor looks weird.
I think the blue on Connor is what's. I think there's like something attached to him.
Connor, are you okay?
I don't know.
Haha.
Oh, he's mocking. Oh, quick look. There's a huge figure over Connor.
Taylor.
Oh my god.
Look at that.
Yes.
You guys
Mary,
rolling?
I got it.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's like punching Connor.
Oh my god.
That this didn't even start with. It's huge.
Where is it?
It's
Oh,
over
dude,
your
it
head.
feels...
What are you trying to do to me?
Its feet are on this right here. Its feet are on this, and it's straddled all the way over his head to the door. Oh, it came. It stood up now. It's over here. This is just happening. Can you stay away? Can you pull whatever's on Connor? Is that blue there? The flare? Can you try to help Connor and get the blue off of his chest? Whatever's attached to him?
It's not trying to help me.
No, you're acting really... Dude, Mom, look at that laser grid.
Caves.
It said caves to me, too, before. Look at that laser grid. It's complete... Something came the fuck in here. Who's affecting Connor? You're not affecting me this time. Why are you affecting him? And who are you? That's insane. What? Dude, it's like not answering any questions. It's like, look at this. Our spirit talkers were all going crazy downstairs.
Oh yeah.
Why are you doing this to me?
Walls hold secrets.
Remember? They thought there were bodies buried in the walls of the house. And there's shoes. What's in the walls of the Conjuring house? Dude, it's fucking hot up here.
It's hot
You guys
up here.
feel that?
Oh my god, look at this huge one again. It's just appearing like this.
Who are you? Why are you doing this to Connor?
See this blue? Can you still see that? I think he's getting affected by this, whatever this thing is.
Dude, you look really freaky, bro.
I don't feel right.
I mean, does Connor need to go out?
Yeah.
I'm from the 1800s.
Ooh.
Colin, Connor, can you put your right hand out towards that cushion chair? Can you grab Connor's hand? Oh, it disappeared. That's okay, you can put your hand down. There's something around Connor though.
Oh yeah.
This thing just
You need to take a break, honestly.
Just showed it several times.
Try to ask it what's happening.
Forest.
Again, the woods
The
around
woods.
the Conjuring house are supposed to be...
Can you at least tell me what you want from me?
Bob.
Somebody wanted us to come up here. Why did you want us to come upstairs?
I'm gonna run this DR60. If you're here, can you knock one of those little ping pong balls off the dresser?
You look weird, bro. I feel very strange.
Describe how you feel.
Like I'm not myself.
How so? What are you feeling?
Like, it's like
A man here.
I can't explain it. It's like I can't form sentences.
I've never seen Connor. Never seen him do this.
I'm from the 1700s.
Connor, is your left hand? Which I get confused on here. Okay.
And we've never really gotten that.
No.
I'm from the 1700s.
No.
What do you want with Connor?
Okay, I think we're missing. Do you have anything in your pocket?
No.
Okay. Because that area is 65 degrees, and right next to it is 79.
We're gonna start this DR60.
It's not me.
Okay. Who are you? Who is it that's up here with us right now?
It's ancient.
It was the Dixie.
Are you from the 1700s?
Joyce.
Were you possibly in the war and fought on this land?
I'm over here.
What are you trying to do to me?
Avoid.
You're trying to avoid me?
It looks like you're affecting Connor. What's on his chest area?
What you doing to my Connor? Like beep and then nothing. Weird.
Is this one way colder?
That was close. Those are right next to you,
Two
Connor.
right behind me.
That one is. It's about 3 degrees cooler. It is cooler.
Get that one. I want to ask
88.
why you asked us to come up here.
Hold your left hand down again.
Why did you ask us to come up here?
I do not understand.
One of those came
Are you trying to hurt us?
Can you move location?
What happened in the basement?
We can see you all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really just trying to figure out what you're doing to me. I don't feel like you're trying to harm me.
Well, obviously ain't
I
right,
feel as if
whatever
you're
it
trying
is.
to show me how you felt. Is that true? Are you confused?
My name is Walter.
Walter. More names.
Who is messing with Connor right now to make him feel poorly? What are you doing to him? Like putting your hands on him or anything like that?
Stay here.
Did somebody want us to come here
kind of like they did before, so that whatever lives up here can just suck energy from us like it's doing to Connor? We're on to you.
Lies.
Lies.
No, that's the truth. Tell us what you are. What's your true form?
It's watching you.
Kind of your face was like 95 degrees. Are you hot?
Face is hot, but like my
It's white.
hands are cold feeling.
Temperature is here. Temperature 95. See how white your face is. And then look at the blue.
I'm telling you, it's such a
there.
weird feeling.
Blue is
Mental.
65 degrees. 65. Go right over to the chest.
This
here.
is crazy, dude. This is almost exactly what happened to me the last time I was in this room late at night.
And then his face is white. That goes up to 95.
But that's like what's so confusing to me. It's like I really don't feel like I'm in danger.
I know,
Like I
but
feel like it's not trying to hurt me. But it's.
But once
I feel like that
it wants
feeling
some flesh
like, right
puppet.
when you wake up, like if someone like you're deep sleep and someone kind of like shakes you awake, that like kind of delirious feeling you get. That's like how I feel right now.
that's how I felt too.
I had one eye.
In there.
I had one eye.
Pirate?
Children are playing.
What?
Kind of real muffled, but there's some sort of strange voice joining on the conversation too.
It didn't record any of that session.
What?
What is that session?
It did. That was.
Period.
I mean, this is just you talking about him being white hot. That was after the session.
How could
What? That's fucking bizarre.
So
None of that got recorded.
What?
What?
That is
What?
bizarre.
That's crazy.
Do we
Okay, let's
it
try it
again?
one more time.
Should we turn this off?
Sure. Okay. Who are you? I feel like it isn't Michael.
Why did you do that to me?
Sounds like he's getting a little bit
Did
better.
you die in this house?
Is there something attached to Connor that's making him feel bad?
Did you want us to come up here so that you could suck somebody's energy? We know that that was your plan the whole time. Just admit to it.
Where are you right now?
God, it got so still.
It's so still. Do you know what year it is?
Who lived in this room? What was your name? Any of your names?
Who and what are you? I know it's not Michael. Michael, I think you're here, but who's the thing that's affecting Connor?
are you? I feel like it isn't Michael. Why did you do that to me? Did you die in this house?
Yes, I did. Oh my God! Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Did you die in this house?
Oh,
That's a good one.
That's creepy.
I heard something.
Did you die in this
That's a good one.
Did you die in this house?
I heard the yes. Yes, I did. Yes, was very clearly. That's a good one.
That's creepy.
That's a really clear.
Did you die in this house?
Yes, I did.
It says yes. Yes, I did.
Well, wow, that is
Come up here
Oh,
so
what
we
was
can
that?
suck somebody. Is there something attached to Kyle that's making him feel bad?
Yes, there
Do
is.
you want us to come up here?
You hear that?
Die in this house. Is there something attached to Kyle that's making him feel bad? Did you want us to attach to Kyle that's making him feel bad?
Mm-hmm.
Did you want us to come up here so we could suck somebody's energy? We know that that was your plan the whole time. Just admit to it. Where are you right now? Do you know what year it is? Who lived in this room? What was your name? Any of your names? Who and what are you? Lived in this room. What was your name? Any of your names?
Oh, it's good.
Who
It's
and
those
what
first two so
are you?
far.
I know it's not Michael. Michael, I think you're here, but who's the thing that's affecting Connor?
That was crazy, actually.
That was really
The
good.
first couple, holy smokes.
How do you feel, Connor? You look different now.
I feel significantly better.
Well, I think what's absolutely crazy is that at the very beginning, all the REM pods were spiking. This lantern was going off. Everything was relevant. It felt heavy. There's tons of noises, and now it feels like it's left. Don't you guys kind of feel like that?
Yeah, it's empty, it feels like.
This has been quiet over all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel way better too. Oh no, that was one of the weirdest feelings I've ever had.
You just had a really weird look on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, had a very strange expression. He obviously wasn't
I don't
looking
even know
like
how to
his
explain
normal
it.
self.
You looked spooky.
It felt spooky. That's what I was saying though. It didn't feel like harmful.
Mm-mm.
It felt like,
Would have done much worse.
I don't know.
Just weird.
It just felt so strange.
Is there anybody up here still that wants to talk to us, or should we move down to the basement?
The basement, so someone else can get like a murder demon attached to them or something.
Mm-mm.
Not even a spike from any of our devices.
Quiet.
It's dead.
Yeah.
I think we should go to the basement.
It's time to just go.
So Connor, look at this.
Moved on.
Look at the blue. I mean, it's pretty much all gone.
Oh my gosh.
Here, I'm gonna tape it. You feel a lot better.
I feel 100%.
Look at all this. Look at all that blue that's gone.
So strange.
Crazy.
You have a little bit.
That's it.
It's fading.
Oh my god.
No, hang on.
Feel the same?
My hand's completely warm again.
Holding still.
Dude, I get a weird feeling up here too.
But it's strange to me because I completely forgot about the video you filmed here a couple of years ago. How it was just right there that you had that feeling.
Right there.
And honestly, it wasn't until I sat down in this chair that I started feeling like that.
Well, you know what I did after that in the video? I went to the basement to figure out who that was, so I think we should do the same for you.
Time to see our fate and continue the next
feels
step.
genuinely like it left.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like something wanted to get up here and then
Look at it, it's ready to go.
Yeah.
Could you knock down one of... Oh! Yeah! Oh my god! Was that you?
That might have been me.
Oh.
Okay.
Jeez.
Well, it's scary. I saw the door fucking moving.
Oh, debunked.
Yeah. Well...
I was like, dude, you see me grabbing the REM pod.
Yeah.
I don't know. Last chance to knock one of those ping pong balls off, Michael.
I'm grabbing this REM pod, don't scream.
These two.
Please don't scream. Please do not throw hands.
Alright, let's go downstairs.
So on the second floor, I just had this really strange feeling. Almost as if someone had drained all the energy from me. And I mean, it didn't really feel evil. It just felt really strange. Like I didn't know what was going on. And it just kind of like wiped my sense of self for a while, which is very, very scary. I mean, I never want to lose touch of like myself when I'm in a location like this, because I feel like that makes you very, very vulnerable. It just felt like something was hovering over me the whole time.
We wanted answers at this point, and it was frustrating because we weren't really getting the answers that we wanted. I don't know if it was too many spirits trying to talk at once, or they just didn't want to talk to us, but Connor was being targeted, and we don't like when members of our team are singled out and targeted right in front of us. It was obviously frightening to see. Strange, it didn't look like Connor at all. I don't know if you guys can see that in the footage, but it's almost like his eyes shifted and became different. Very strange.
But
we wanted
the
those
texture
answers.
of his
We wanted to
face even
figure out
looked different.
Who was,
it was a little
who was
odd.
jumping Connor? Who was latching onto him? So we decided to head downstairs to do an Estes method in the basement of the Conjuring house.
Whoops.
So right now we're in the basement of the Conjuring house, about to do an Estes method. This is our final part of the investigation. I'm going to be going under. We are using the Gansfield, these experiment goggles. They basically project red light. You're supposed to keep your eyes open while you do the experiment and you start seeing things. This has been just a crazy night. All of us feel like
keep
our
my eyes
energy
open
has
while I
been
listen.
just drained in the
I
last
need to bump into things.
however long.
Kind of half fade out. I just
Connor had to
kind
step
of focus.
outside for a moment because he was feeling weird, but he feels better again. You guys ready?
It's happened twice now that night.
Okay. Okay, guys. Let's try to figure out who is affecting Connor. Damp.
Is there anyone here with us right now?
It's voice down here. Especially if you go down in that hole back there.
Can you tell us?
Hey, you.
Hello? Can you tell us your name?
Were you the one upstairs trying to harm Connor? Were you?
I bring the cold.
Who are you?
Yeah, Connor asked, who are you? Just let us know who you are.
Within you. Coming home.
No.
You're gonna stay here.
From the land.
Yeah, you're not allowed to follow us home. You have to stay here.
So you come from the land? Are you like a Native American?
I was shot.
Were you buried on the property? How many spirits?
I love toys.
Is this Michael? Or Oliver?
Or what's your favorite?
Oh,
toy?
really creepy. The lady's right there.
Who's the lady?
Do you have a favorite toy? Type of toy?
It's red.
Wasn't that car red? Not the one we had, the other.
Yeah.
What's red? Is that one of your toys? What was the toy?
I feel so weird, dude.
Are you the one that was affecting me upstairs?
It wasn't.
Do you know who
Me!
Do you know who it was? Did you just hear a bell?
Uh-huh.
I heard something.
He drowned. Oh, bad man.
Came from the woods, maybe drowned.
There's a lot of water. Who was it that drowned?
I thought I heard him phone, but no,
Yeah.
not it.
He's usually saying like a lot.
Strange.
I'll affect you.
Already has.
Well, then who is this? Who's the one that wants to affect people?
Do you not want to talk?
Ah. Shh. Listen. Ugh.
Do you not like that we're here tonight?
All night that you're talking over me.
Just you specifically.
Ooh.
What's your problem with me?
Oh, I feel weird. It's like heavy chest.
That's exactly what I was feeling downstairs.
And I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but I'm feeling it get colder in here. Like f***ing like by the second.
Are you trying to affect
She's
Colin?
over here.
Are you trying to affect Colin now?
Would be a she. Abigail.
Is this Abigail?
He's coming.
You keep saying he's coming, he's here. Who is he?
He who walketh behind the rose.
A man goes, "Hey, James." Oh, that creeped me out. That was really f***ing creepy, dude.
Oh my god.
That was really creepy.
No.
I forgot that.
No!
So what's your problem with me? I feel like I've been very
Papa.
nice and respectful.
Oh,
Dude, I shit you not. Turned the camera off.
We got a lot of
Ugh.
talking about the camera
Yeah.
upstairs.
Well, I mean, it's also kind of weird to think about. I mean,
Andrea.
prior
Andrea.
to the ones coming here with videographers, I'm sure there was no people trying to catch ghosts on camera.
Right.
And so, I mean, that happened, and then they were
Right, Peaches.
Abigail.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, but before then,
Will you stop?
the ghosts were just kind of like living happily here. Warren's come in with videographers.
I'm on the other end.
Try to get the ghosts out of here.
Right. And then we didn't talk about Andrea.
I drank hooch.
Yeah.
Do you miss Andrea?
Do you remember the children
the oldest sister?
from the
So,
parents?
oldest sister.
Yeah.
12
Yeah.
kids.
do you miss the Perron
No.
family?
The four. How many daughters? Was it 4?
I think it's 4.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
There was a chair.
Oh.
Chair.
I got lifted, yeah.
What was when they came down? Did they do anything?
He's in it.
there?
Now. Dude, I get the feeling just that me personally, I just want to go like that. I don't know why.
Kind of like what the dad did to that one spirit.
The torture.
Right. Upstairs.
Yeah. Who's here with us? I feel like you're being very all over the place right now.
What do you want?
To the west side.
We had West upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you want?
There's a need for energy. Like that.
Well, you took my energy. So, with all the energy you got from me, what are you gonna do?
Dude,
with it?
I am in my red. It's a woman I'm almost seeing with hair like this.
Is this Abigail?
Is this Abigail we're talking to? Or that you're seeing? Are you from a different time?
Oh, dude, I'm getting nauseous. I was pregnant.
Was it Abigail that had the 12 children here?
Well, that's what I was thinking. 12. What
Yeah.
was associated with 12? That's what I was.
Did you live here?
Oh, dude, I'm getting chest pains again. Like right here.
Wow, that is just so weird.
Oh, dude, that's f***ing strange. It's like really stabbing, like right here.
That's exactly what I was feeling upstairs
It
too.
could be like some kid died of like, tuberculosis.
Or someone died here from like a heart attack or something.
Right.
I mean, you were filling the kids' rooms.
A stroke!
Or stroke. Oh my god, that's kind of freaky.
So you died from a stroke? Who are
What are
you?
you doing with your teeth?
I think there's like two.
Oh my god.
Many different things going on here.
What is he doing?
Oh,
It's
wow.
really creepy.
I don't know why. I feel like I need to do that.
Did you have dentures? My god, that's kind of freaky. Oh my god.
Okay.
A lot of people
Ugh, so
those
I
days
feel
are-
f***ing weird.
Is there anything you want to tell us?
Jameson!
Is there anything you want to tell us before we leave tonight? Is there any part of the story we're missing?
They're still here.
Who is?
All of them.
All the people who lived here and died. All their ghosts are
Yeah.
A lot of years.
Yeah,
There's just
all of those years.
There's a lot of years here.
There's gotta be somebody else.
1736.
Who gave me chest pains? Ugh. Dude, I'm seeing like a shadowy man. Or I don't know if it's a man or a woman, but I almost can feel like a shadowy thing. Ooh, I'm chilly and cold. He's still up there.
Is there a reason that he or you are staying here in this house? Can you move on?
The water in the well. Like that. The water in the well.
Didn't she?
The
Was
well's
it
right
poison?
here.
Yeah.
Poison.
So they had the well in here.
Oh, I just heard a growl in here like.
We're not gonna.
Oh
be
man, this
here.
is trippy. I'm like my eyes. It's fucking weird, dude.
We're not gonna be here much longer tonight. Like I said, if there's anything.
Out cut it, mate. Literally. Out cut it, mate. Like a British dude.
If there's anything you want to tell us, now is the time to do it.
Oh, a woman's voice. Oh, Jeffrey. Literally like that. Oh, Jeffrey. Ooh.
Weird.
What do you want with Jeffrey?
Literally like that.
What? It's like.
It's hungry for
I'm
Jeffrey.
sorry, guys. I don't know what that is or what's going on.
You want to eat me or something?
Somebody's got
Somebody's into
That-
cannibalism.
problems.
Dude, I'm feeling like there's like 4 or 5 people. It's so weird. I
That's
feel
what
like
I'm saying.
hot energy
Yeah.
over here,
100%.
colder energy over here.
I think there's old
I don't know what
souls.
that is.
I just think it's strange. It's like
Alligator.
like how we're saying it's like there's so much going on. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
Like there's so many people trying to talk through him right now that it's like not making
All coming
any
out
sense.
scattered, yeah.
Well, there's
Come out with these weird
from the old
things.
days.
Yeah.
Check the barrel.
People from the newer days.
Check the barrel.
What's in the barrel?
My daddy died. Like that, dude.
Oh, yeah. What did he die from? Are you all alone?
No.
How many spirits are here with us?
The whole family
Mmm.
Damn.
is crashing. Look at the table.
What about the table?
Do you like it that people leave things for you?
Yep.
Do you want us to leave you something?
There are 7 spirits that are coming to the beach front. At the end of the line, there is a golden thing, or a golden sunset of the
Weird.
gates of the.
World?
That's
I'm just
nice.
interpreting
Yeah.
these things that I'm hearing up here.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, there's too many. This place is so old.
I also like the sound of that haunted beach.
Right?
Exactly.
I'd be on a haunted beach. It used to be nice and pretty.
Where is the
Nice golden
beach?
sunset.
Yeah, can you give us a ride there? Or what?
Immigrants coming.
Your poppy is here.
Yeah.
That's my grandma.
Oh my god, yeah, your grandpa. That's kind of creepy.
You talking about my grandpa? I'm gonna have to kind of start wrapping.
Milkshakes.
He's not making them. There's so many different things. We're gonna get out of here. Like I said, last chance. Is there anything else you want to tell us?
A message.
What's the message?
Oh God, not that guy again. Choppers.
Mm.
Is there something wrong
The
with
veil is.
Go put some teeth away.
God, it had some.
teeth?
Yeah, probably.
Growing thinner.
Are you having problems with your teeth?
Octopus.
I feel like we should pull them out.
I know,
think
it's
this is-
odd. And just, well, we're by the ocean.
Yeah.
And all the...
It is
I think
strange.
there's just, too many families and stuff.
Oh, it's me, it's me, it's me.
Oh my God.
That's loud in there, Colin.
Oh God, that scared the hell out of me.
Very.
Crazy with the goggle mark.
What? And what were you doing? Do you remember what you were doing with your teeth?
Yeah. Oh.
Not really, no. I just like. I know. I kept feeling like I just needed. It was like one of those things where I just felt like I needed, and people always are gonna say, blah blah blah.
What is that?
Does it ever do that?
Temperature sensor? What?
I don't even know it did that.
Hit the button when you turn it off. Just hold it down.
I just felt like I kept needing to go
Oh God.
like that.
So
Were you guys asking a question related?
no.
Whoa. And then we were like, are you
Sorry.
having problems with your teeth? Like,
Yeah.
or...
No, I just was like, and I literally kept. It's gonna sound stupid, but I kept feeling like I needed to go.
Oh
Like
God.
that. I know. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Like,
What? Oh God. Somebody maybe with a twitch or,
Yeah, that's why-
you know,
yeah.
something.
Tick.
Yeah.
Or it's
It
of
also
some
just
kind,
felt
yeah.
like there was just so many
Interesting.
people trying to talk through you at once.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You did also say stroke.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Mhm.
Well, maybe with the stroke
they got
tick or something, yeah.
Remember that? I told you that.
Oh, really?
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True.
That's exactly what he did. He was talking to me like this, and then he just went, "Eek," and then he fell over.
Oh
That's
It's
God.
like such a weird movement.
That's really
Yeah, it was like.
creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, but I kept having like the second. It was earlier and then now, and it's so fucking weird. Like it was like.
In the same area where
Yeah.
Connor had
Clenching.
his.
Yeah, I wonder what that has to do with. Just like a tightness. What a
Oh, you
weird.
Maybe that's
wonder
the
if somebody
stroke?
had a stroke.
I said like a stroke or a heart attack.
Well, then
Well,
you
been
said
part of a heart
stroke.
attack, yeah, that
Yeah,
stroke.
I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
Well,
think
did
that
any of that make sense?
Weird.
No.
I think the
I mean-
age
None
of
of
the
it really
building
made
is so
Kind of.
old in the land that you had a lot of different time
A lot of
periods.
different little bits coming together,
But
but not quite
you
fully
said
coming
Andrea.
together.
Yeah, you did say Andrea.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't remember hearing that.
Yeah.
Because you're going to talk to her about the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt like you came from the land.
I don't know. Maybe like they knew her or the family.
Likely did. At least a couple of them.
12, like
are
12
still
kids.
around.
It's so weird sometimes. I feel like when you do it, it's like you just see differently.
Wow.
I'm telling
Like
you,
when you
y'all
come
gotta
out.
try those goggles.
I didn't want to
I'd
try
like to
them.
Tomorrow's
Yeah.
idea, you guys can do it.
Wow.
Yeah. Interesting to see what it does.
And so when I was doing it, it felt like my eyes were like rolling in my head, like
Oh, God.
constantly.
Yeah, right?
That's
It's
creepy.
strange.
You wonder what part of the brain it stimulates, you know?
The one that makes you go.
Basically.
I really don't know what that
That's
is,
weird.
but like that, and then
Oh.
like sticking this out.
Oh
I
no.
have to ask what that is.
Yeah, maybe there's somebody.
Anybody online, if you know what that would mean,
I mean,
Or
somebody's got some big buck teeth on the bottom half of the mouth.
Remember, he had his.
But he can call on the cops through a picket fence, yes.
Like that, just won't stop. And it affects motor control to a certain degree. It could be related to that. Like, and then you just have some kind of a movement from the stroke.
I wonder if anyone did have a stroke here. So
Be interesting.
Be interesting to find out, and
right.
hard to say though.
Ready?
You okay?
I just got so weird when I was staring at you.
Yeah, I know.
I wanted to say, Nicholas.
Nicholas?
We should look on the sheet.
Is there anything with Nicholas? Are you or somebody? Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Oh, dude, that was weird.
Maybe let's go check the sheet.
Maybe Santa Claus?
Whew, I'm getting weird feeling.
Maybe.
I need to get out of
Let's
here.
get out
I
of
feel
here. This
fucking
is kinda
weird.
creepy.
Like, actually.
All right.
Anything about Nicholas?
And to me, it was the most informative and most enlightening time of my life. And it was for my mother as well, even though she suffered a lot in that house. You know, my mom's in hospice now, and we've got her here at home in my sister Christine's house in Georgia. And, you know, Mom's been living with Christine now for 20 years or more. And I came about 1.5 years ago to help in any way that I could. And my mother told me, she said, "Don't worry about me. I'm not afraid to die. I know there's something else. I know I'll see my mom again." You know, it brings her peace and comfort at the end of her life to have lived in that environment. And it does the same for me. I'm not afraid to die. I don't want to die in pain. I mean, who doesn't want to avoid as much pain as possible in this life? Right. But I'm not afraid to die because I know that I will go on, that I will go home. I don't know where home is, but I'm very much at peace with the temporary nature of life, but the permanent nature of the afterlife, for whatever that is. And even when I've asked the spirits, they can't tell us. And I don't think that they're supposed to. I think that it is that beautiful, mystical mystery of life that keeps us searching for answers, that keeps us growing spiritually and descending to a higher level. And so I am grateful for my 10 years growing up at the farm, because it taught me everything that I needed to know to navigate this treacherous river of life, and to do so in a very with my head held high and in good spirits.
That was beautiful, Andrea. Wow. That I could sit here and listen to you talk about all your stories for hours, but I better let you go. Don't you have your show in 1 minute?
Yeah. What time is it?
7:59. 8:59 for you.
Oh shit, I gotta go. Okay, love ya.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, driver. Thanks, you, driver. Gotta get going.
All right, guys, so to end our Conjuring House episode, we wanted to come pay respect to somebody who we feel got slighted in
Still gets slighted.
the story of The Conjuring, Bathsheba Sherman. So obviously, as you know, and like we talked about in the movie, Bathsheba is like one of the main villains in The Conjuring. But in reality, there's no proof that she was a witch. There's no proof that she was doing anything evil. And a lot of the locals around here think that she was unfairly portrayed in the film. So we've come out on this extremely snowy, freezing cold day here in Rhode Island, and we're gonna go find Bathsheba's grave and give her some flowers. So let's do this.
And try not to sink into the snow.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
Oh my God, Mom.
What?
Oh my god.
What?
I feel so bad for Connor.
Oh, Connor. I thought you had boots on yesterday.
I did yesterday. I had those waterproof shoes.
Damn it, you should have gotten them out.
So one of the really crazy things is that Bathsheba's grave became so popular, it was defiled by people in the wake of The Conjuring coming out, that they had to actually remove the headstone. That the headstone was removed. You can see right here, this is where Bathsheba Sherman is actually buried here in Rhode Island. This little stump. Do you have your gloves?
Here. No, I'll do it.
Yep, look, there's all the offerings.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this is Bathsheba Sherman right here. We're actually standing above her body right now.
That's very cool.
Wow.
So that's why we brought these flowers out. Bathsheba, Mrs. Sherman, I don't know if you can hear us right now, what we're saying to you, but we know that you weren't a witch, that you weren't a bad person, and we're sorry that in the art of our time, you've been portrayed how you've been portrayed. But we brought you some flowers. And hopefully these just bring you some good energy from us to you.
Bathsheba, these flowers are for you, and I'm sorry for the way they portrayed you, and may you rest in peace.
Bathsheba, I am sorry for the way they portrayed you in the movie. We were told that was not the way it was. I'm sorry it happened to you, and I hope you're resting in peace. These are an offering to you.
Mrs. Sherman, Bathsheba, I hope you're with your husband. You're in a better place. Like we said, we're just giving these flowers to you. This is from both him and I. Good energy, and we're fighting to tell the real story and tell the truth right now. So, we're gonna send so much love to you. Well, guys,
Beautiful.
what a beautiful way to end this video. I mean, look at this. How often do you get to find yourself in a snow-covered New England cemetery on a gloomy January day?
This really is such a beautiful cemetery.
Right?
Goes way back.
I know.
Very scenic. I will agree.
Cannot thank everybody enough
Those
for
are
watching.
bit of trees.
And
it's kind of like the ones, the one
we're
down
gonna
the
do our
road from
wrap-up thoughts
myself.
later, but
I'm not sure
super
if
cool.
I do have a plot of land somewhere. I doubt it's gonna be this nice though.
all right. You hear that? A little crack
I
back
can
there.
hear the snow
Yeah.
coming up.
How did y'all get in there?
We hopped that little fence. All right.
Half least resistance.
I guess.
Let's get out of here.
Smaller fence.
We experienced some very, very strange activity here in this house. I mean, even after the cameras stopped rolling, we were still kind of being affected by whatever we were talking to. I mean, I have no words for the activity that we caught on camera and that we got with our devices, just because it was very strange. Like, it didn't want us to know who it was, what it wanted. It was just letting its presence be known. At the end of the day, we'll never know who exactly haunts this house, but I know that whatever it is, it's definitely powerful.
The Conjuring house. I mean, what an iconic property to do a paranormal investigation at. Truly one of the most iconic in American history. A place that everybody knows around the world. I mean, it's the Conjuring house.
Point, yeah. Just about.
And this time, this trip was so much crazier than the first time that I went. I mean, I couldn't believe what we were experiencing while we were experiencing it. And I think we talked to most of the spirits that were there that night. We talked to the kid, Michael. We talked to everybody. Everybody was coming through and showing themselves. Abigail, everybody was there. There's still so much that we can learn from that place. I mean, the forest behind the house. We've never touched the forest. That's all supposed to be haunted.
And what was the entity or the entities from the original Conjuring haunting? Where did they come from? What came of that? I don't really know. Those are answers that, as much as we can say we want to get them and we think we'll get them one day, I don't think we will. But thank you guys for watching this episode of the Paranormal Files this week. We're so blessed to be able to do this every week, and we're so thankful to have you guys out there watching with us. So from here in Houston, I'm glad that we're not at the Conjuring house anymore. It's too spooky for us to sleep there overnight. It's Colin Brown here. Thank you for watching, and catch you next week, and stay spooky.
It's a notorious haunted location. Thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And as for me, I hope you also all enjoyed. That was some interesting stuff. I'm glad we avoided some of the negativity that's been coming out of the place lately. Most of this seemed pretty decent. Didn't feel like anyone poisoned the well before they got going or anything like that. So interesting little bit of results they got, and especially the stuff that was happening to Connor and Colin by the end too. Some weird stuff going on there. It seemed like something really wanted to come through big time, but was having a struggle at doing it. But that's gonna be it for now. I hope you all enjoyed, and check out the links down below to find the original video by itself, as well as finding all my socials, my other channel locations, and also, if you're interested, the merch shop. But that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all again for watching. Hopefully by tomorrow we'll be ready to record the next episode, which should hopefully be coming out tonight. And I will see you all then. So, for now, pleasant dreams.